total fracture.
So what I was going to do
over 5,280 feet, that's 180 inches that it could bend.
So what I was going to do is I was going to make it into, I forgot the actual term, but essentially infusing it with sawdust. I think they call it pycrete or something like that. But yeah, that'll keep it rigid and strong. They actually built a naval ship using this method, just frozen blocks of sawdust and ice water. And they created a naval ship that lasted, I want to say, 3 years before it actually melted.
All that would do is allow it to bend more without fracturing, though. That won't change the fact that it's still bendable at that scale. There's no material that's rigid over a mile.
Well, we're not concerned. We're not concerned about the rigidity as much as we are at freezing it in that mold and then rotating it over. And just because the ice bends, all right, doesn't mean that we're concerned about it bending in that axis after we rotate it over. That's not what we're concerned with. We're only concerned about the surface of the water.
Right, same as the paint level line. Yeah, you just turn them.
So even if we rotated it over 90 degrees and it's still bent to conform to your presumed Earth curve, that's fine. We're not concerned about that axis. We're only concerned about what the surface is doing compared to the other surface.
I think you should do the liquid though, like the paint one, just in case the frozen ice swells up or does anything weird or bubbles.
It's gonna swell up, but that's fine. I mean, we're not concerned about the minute imperfections over the surface. We're concerned
that's
about
what you're looking for.
Bro.
You're looking for the minute imperfection. What are you talking about?
No, we're not.
Bro, yeah.
You're just interrupting me, dude. You're just interrupting me, bro.
Don't be stupid.
Well, it's non sequiturs, dude. I've already gone over this, dude, and I've heard all the little arguments about the imperfections with the swelling of the water as it freezes. That's not
you're
what we're
talking to dudes
with.
that don't know a horizontal line from a fucking curved ice low, and you're talking about swollen ice, and they're going to agree with you on. Okay, all right.
Well, they got nothing to refute it with, bro. There's nothing that can refute this.
Guys, do you agree with swollen ice facing swollen ice cube, proven Earth size or Earth shape?
Every Glober I've asked about the experiment said that it sounded pretty legit, and that if they saw these two ice cubes parallel to one another, they would really consider their position. And that came from a multitude of Globers.
Because they know what ice is going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I personally believe, I think it's theoretically maybe if you did like everything perfectly, but I think even on a flat Earth, it's highly likely that there's going to be, other variables that are going to bend that ice. Even on a flat Earth, I think it'll be bent.
Like what?
I don't think it would be definitive.
Like what? What other variables?
I think the biggest problem is the kind of simultaneous rotation doesn't break by torsion.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to apply just a massive twisting force along a mile long.
That's why I infused it with sawdust. The sawdust is not only going to strengthen the integrity of the ice cube, but it's also going to give it the buoyancy it needs to rotate itself over. So I won't have to physically rotate anything. It's going to self-rotate. Because I'm not infusing just the temperature. Thing. I'm only infusing a portion of it. And the portion of it I'm infusing just so happens to be the portion that's going to allow it to float up and rotate itself over.
Just even a microscopic temperature difference between the top and the bottom is going to cause an expansion and a contraction that over a mile long will be inches in difference between the top and the bottom. Just like if you take you take a straight bar and you heat it, it will bend. You're talking about a piece of material that's a mile long that's still subject to the same physics of thermal coefficient of expansion, right?
Well, that's what we want. We want to show the Earth, the surface of that water bending to fit the globe model. If it's there, if it's not there, then it's not going to show up.
But what I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be bent.
It's not ice.
I'm sure it's going to be bent and wonky no matter what you do. And even on a flat Earth, and if you bend it and you see that it's curved, you're going to say, well, there's like a whole bunch of variables that could have curved it. That's why I'm saying it's not going to be a definitive test for anyone.
Like maybe it would be definitive. You're not understanding that we're not concerned with the bend in the opposite axis. We're only concerned with the surface compared to the other surface. So what you're saying is a complete non sequitur. It can bend in that axis. That's not going to throw off what the surface is doing once we rotate it.
No.
In general, I would agree with you, Dieslow, that so practically I see some issues. The rotation, if you have a very very small like difference in the buoyancy of the asymmetry, so that it rotates by itself, it will just, the torsion forces will just turn it apart or break it apart.
Around it.
The other thing is the equality while you're freezing it. So the problem is water freezes either from inside to outside or from outside to inside, depending on where you apply like the energy sink and you cool it down. And by water freezing, it expands. It's create inherent
That's fine.
tension in the frozen water. So
Yes.
in the end, even if you have a left or right curve in that and the ends are apart or closer together, you cannot control for internal stress in the ice that causes this kind of bending in the element. Same as if, for example, if you know there's this kid's toy where you have these, I don't know, you make pictures out of small plastic cylinders, and then you put an iron on top and you glue it together. There is an internal stress. This stuff bends afterwards because you have an uneven melting together situation. So it's not flat. And because you freeze the ice is not freezing at the same time the whole thing. So there will be internal stress, and that will cause a bend in the one or the other direction. Plus, in reality, you still have water current there, and I don't think that the reinforced ice will just withstand this.
I think it's great. I think they should actually do something for a change. Go out and do this experiment, see the results.
Absolutely, I totally agree. I would love to see it. I just think there are some practical issues.
Right.
But I think it's a good experiment. It's way better than 99% of what I have heard before. So kudos.
I think you just need liquid in both of them. Drain it down. Wash the line.
And 100% better than everything that Demmoch has proposed before.
Yeah, right. You're full of shit.
Let's get out and do something.
Sawdust bricks. Get real.
I mean,
I
they're
propose
going to build
cubes.
a wall. They're going to build a wall. They're going to put what the other one was, the string that they're going to pull tight. I mean, I've heard all these grand experiments, and nothing ever comes to fruition.
Yeah, because you guys don't want to prove that your globe doesn't exist.
Do it, Demmoch.
Okay, it takes a couple. Here's what it takes: a couple of floating square cubes, and just line them up along like Pontchartrain, and we'll all film the orthogonal view to where the tops don't touch, but the bottoms do because you live on a ball. Okay, the physics of a ball. No, you stop talking, guy who doesn't have a ball. I got a ball right here on my ball. The cubes don't touch the top. They only touch bottom on a ball.
See, Demmoch never does anything. He just talks.
Yeah, talks physics, physical reality. That's proof.
Do it.
Guaranteed proof.
You guys have this great experiment. Do it.
Cubes that touch, dude. My cubes line up on flat water.
Do it.
You understand? Do what? It's already done.
Your cubes line up on flat water.
Cubes, yeah, cubes. Square cubes. Corners. Six-sided cube on flat water. The corners line up on the top and the bottom. No V gap. If you live on a ball, I don't care how big or little it is. I don't care how big you make a ball. You go get cubes and prove to me that there's not a gap from the top to the bottom. That's my proof of ball. That's your proof of a real ball. Yeah. What do you got? If?
All talk,
Thank you, if guy. My ball will be waiting.
Demmoch, actually do something for a change.
Yeah, cubes on a ball. Everybody can repeat this at home. Go get any ball, any size you want. Any cube that's small, any size
not any size.
And they're gonna see that the top of the cubes do not touch. Why are you afraid?
Do something on the
earth.
I'm not afraid. I want to see you do it. Now go out and do it.
Everybody can. It's a test they can do at home.
No, go by and do it.
The hypothesis is if you live on a globe, the top of the cube will not touch on any body of water that's flat and not moving.
Demmoch, are you just like purposely trolling, or like are you
are you purposely not understanding how a ball works? You can go get a ball right now, and you can put cubes on it, and we can film it do what I said. Are you trolling right now, guy who doesn't know the physics of a ball?
I just think you're trolling because
you don't know how a ball works.
Yeah, okay. I understand how a ball works.
No, you
and
don't.
You understand?
Do you think the cubes touch?
Do you understand? Like,
no, I understand. You don't have a ball with
any
cubes touch.
Ball you're referring to is like millions of times smaller than the Earth.
No, that's a sad story of yours. Go get me the ball that acts like the one you're talking about in reality, liar.
You want me to go get you the
I want
ball?
you to get the balls.
You want me to go get you a ball the size of the Earth?
No, I want you to make sense of what you just said. You said big balls do stuff different than little balls. So you go get the big ball and little ball you found in a lab that does different stuff, liar, to match your claim of big ball.
I'll do that as soon. I'll do that as soon. I'll do that as soon as you get me the two cubes that are
with the big ball
to the same scale as the ball that you're referring
to. I live
to.
on a flat Earth. Now, how does your ball work? On my flat Earth, the cubes touch. How do they work on your ball? Do you know?
Get smaller cubes.
How do they work on your ball? Show us. Go get a ball
smaller
and show
cubes.
us.
Go get smaller cubes.
Scale it down. Scale your globe down and show us.
Oh,
You're not able to?
Yeah, exactly. No, I can't scale the Earth down. I'm sorry, I do not have that
ball
power.
down. This is crazy. Big balls do different big stuff, but he doesn't know how because he's never done anything with a ball.
Okay, so then you do understand that
in a lab.
the ball
I
you're
understand
referring
you're
to
talking over me because you
is a
haven't been to the
scaled
lab
down
and no one's
version.
ever demonstrated that big balls do different stuff than little balls in a lab. Where have you seen this, liar? Can I get the experiment that's been done with big ball and little ball to where they do different stuff with cubes on the outside of them? Show us, please.
Yeah, you're using cubes that are too big. Go get some smaller cubes.
I'm waiting for you to show us what you're talking about. Another belief, right? Another just thought experiment that you can't prove, right? You can't back your claim. You claim, Globers claim that in a lab, little balls act different than big balls. So go get your marble, then get your big cue balls, and then put your cube, whatever size cube you got, go put it on there on the big one and the little one. Let's see how they act different. Well, wait, your claim. Welcome to Flat Earth while you do it.
Sure, buddy.
Sure, guy who can't do physics with a ball.
I'm not your guy, buddy.
You're not a physics doer either.
Not your buddy, pal.
I'm not your what if or maybe I'm your guaranteed go show us her, right?
No, you are guaranteed not to show us anything, actually, because you don't do anything.
I just told you what the ball does. I guarantee you I'll bet money on it. Every ball you get. You're saying it doesn't work that way. I'm telling you it does.
I'm saying it could work that way, but you're using a cube that's too big. Go get a.
No, I'm using a real ball.
There you go.
Claim you think you live on a ball, silly guy. This is how balls work. I'm telling you that right now. You don't have the ones that work different. You have a claim.
I agree.
You have
Listen,
a claim.
you definitely know about balls.
Act different, but you don't have the ball doing it.
You probably play with balls more than me. I'll grant you that, Demmoch.
It's not my fault you guys believe you live on a ball, but can't demonstrate anything about your ball with a real ball. A real ball cannot be used to demonstrate your magical, non-existent ball physics. It is frustrating. Physics should match the ball.
Demmoch, you want to know how I know that we have more demonstrations than is imaginable? Flat Earthers can only attack them instead of coming up with their own.
No, we can do experiments with the real sphere of any size you get. And it's never going to do your claim.
Stereotype fallacy.
100%.
Sure. Okay. How many different flat Earth experiments have been performed that prove the Earth is flat?
On what balls in a lab? How do we see what balls do in a lab so we can tell whether the Earth's not flat or is flat? How do I test my flat Earth in a lab versus your ball? Go.
Pictures from space.
No, I said, how do I test my flat model sandbox versus your ball in a lab? A real
when we
physical
take pictures,
thing. How do we test them?
When we take pictures from space, what are you going to look at in the picture to know it's a globe?
So you can put a light source extremely far.
That was for Wesley. Yo, my man, I asked Wesley a question.
Okay.
I don't know. Did you hear me ask him the question, or are you not just paying attention to the VC?
No, I'm paying attention to VC. So Demmoch asked a question, so I was responding to his question. I'm not aware of this, but Demmoch asked a question before you did.
You're going to debate with Demmoch?
You're kind of being rude to Demmoch.
Rude to Demmoch? That's okay.
You're gonna debate Demmoch? All right. I'll give you guys, what do you need, 3 minutes, 5 minutes?
I said, do you know Demmoch?
I need about 30 seconds, actually. Demmoch,
yeah, so the quicker the sends, the better.
Yeah, so you have the sandbox and the ball. What you do is you can put a light source really far away from both of them that hit both of them, and then you can put some sticks in your sandbox, and then you can put some sticks on the ball, and you can compare the shadows, and you can then relate that to the Earth map, and you can see that, our shadows align with the model that has the ball, not the one that has the sandbox. There you go.
So that's how you prove how physics and cubes work on a flat water versus round water? No. Hell no. That didn't make any sense. No, we're looking for the physical attributes of spinning ball that you think you can prove, like all the Coriolis and the precession and all that garbage with a spinning ball, right? That you think you're on. So you'll need one of those. And then I'll have a flat, non-spinning sandbox and the physical attributes of what we see outside happen with cars, planes, trains, automobiles, and water, how it flows and works. We'll take a look at it. Oceans, tides.
These guys never know what's moving, dude. They never know what's moving. If you go by accelerometers, they have the ground moving up antipodal to other ground, which means the distance between the two people on Earth would be getting bigger because you got the ground moving up. If you
Not
go off
moving, accelerating. Not moving,
okay,
accelerating.
what's the definition of acceleration?
Change in movement over time.
Oh, okay. So moving then, right?
No,
Wait, you don't know
accelerating.
there's a difference between movement and acceleration?
Okay, something's accelerating. Is it moving?
Not necessarily.
Okay, what's the definition of acceleration? Just maybe read that again.
Change in movement.
Maybe I misheard.
You learned smarter about this than me, and I don't want you to trap me again.
You're already done. As you said, it's not moving, and then you said acceleration is a change in movement.
Yeah, so if you're driving your car and you look down at your speedometer and it says 50, that's a measurement of movement. You're moving 50 miles an hour. Now, if you look down at your speedometer and the speedometer is changing, the acceleration is how fast your speedometer is changing.
Okay, so we're saying there's a change in movement because the ground's accelerating up. So you're saying there's a change in movement, but it's not moving. This is genius level shit, guys. This is fucking brilliant. I got to write this down.
And it depends on your reference frame. It depends on your reference frame too. It's easy to do, dude. Just put an accelerometer on the ground and see what it reads.
It's easy to have a change. It's easy to have a change in movement without moving.
Yes, I can prove it. Remember, movement or speed is relative.
You guys don't even know what's moving. You don't even know what's moving.
Right, because it's all relative.
You never know what's fucking moving, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's your guys' claim. You haven't proven that shit.
Is the ground moving up or is the rock? If we drop an apple, is the apple moving down or is the ground moving up?
Depends. From what reference frame?
Just in reality.
Yes, reality contains multiple reference frames. So which one?
Yeah, but if you're on a ball and you have two guys drop something antipodal, either the ground's moving towards the apples or the apples are moving towards the ground.
You got it.
Yeah, so which one is it, dude? That's what I'm asking. Which one's moving?
Telling you, it's dependent on your reference frame.
No, there's a distance between the apples, the people on the ground, say 3959 times 2. Say that's the distance between the people on the ground, right? So if it's the ground moving up, that distance is getting bigger. It's not dependent on your reference frame. That distance gets bigger, it gets bigger. It's not a reference frame.
It's not moving. It's not moving in our reference
frame thing.
Yeah, it's not moving in our reference frame.
Distance isn't a reference frame thing. So that's what I'm saying. When you said it depends on your reference frame thing, that was just gibberish.
I think Jeremy figured it out. When we measured the radius of the globe, it was a while ago. And now that the Earth is expanding, that's why we see too far. He figured it out.
Dang it.
Earth's radius got bigger.
No, I think you guys make anything unsubstantiated, just verify all these claims with physics. Imagine this.
Physics is breaking down on you right now, Demmoch, and it's
cool
screwing with
story.
your
Guy without a
microphone.
ball. I know a guy who could never understand what a ball does physically. Any size, any different sizes. Yeah, right. You just make claims because you read them in a book. You read in a book of ball action.
I mean, you're kind of right there. I have read things in books, and from that I've learned things, and because of those things I've learned, I've made claims. You're not half wrong there.
When you're standing up, where do you feel pressure on your feet? I'll answer that for you. Now, when you're a car and you're accelerating forward, where do you feel pressure?
On your butt.
On your back and on your butt, right? So both of them are accelerating. The car is accelerating, which you feel in your back. And when you're standing on the ground, you feel it in your feet. So that's a great, well, in my mind, it's a great proof of how we know we're accelerating.
That didn't make any sense because you're made of bones and stuff. So you have to support the stuff you're made of, silly guy.
Why do we have to? Yes, I agree. Why do we have to support the stuff we're made of?
Because it's stuff, goofy.
Yeah.
Because it's
yes,
stuff.
But we have to support it off of the ground, right? We have to support it off the ground, right?
With stuff. There is nowhere gravity
support it off
anything.
the ground.
No. You have to find out where gravity's supporting stuff. Your claim. My claim is your bones support your bone.
Gravity doesn't support anything. It pulls it.
No. Where does it support anything?
Who said that? I didn't say that.
You think it's holding you to the dirt, supporting you to the ground, keeping you level.
That's called supporting, is holding to the ground.
Yeah, in all directions, holding you to the ground would be you doing what? Being level, support, squeezing you like a hand, right? Gravity only on one side of you?
Nope.
It's only on the front,
it's going through your feet.
Or back?
You don't feel any pressure on your shoulders. You only feel it through your feet.
Where does gravity come from? Which way?
Why are you spurging out? Just stay on topic.
No, you are, because you don't know which way gravity comes from. I'm not spurging out. Which way? You ask, where does gravity push on something?
The direction of gravity is down.
Push on?
Direction of gravity is toward the center of Earth.
Down on what for where? If
I just told you.
Which way is gravity coming?
Gravity is the center. The force of gravity is in the direction toward the center of the Earth.
From the outside to the center.
Demmoch, take 5, bro.
No, you take 10, guy who doesn't know how gravity works on your globe. It goes from the outside to the center like a chewy gobstopper jawbreaker, right? What you're claiming is it comes down on the top, which is the same thing as your ball model.
Never claim that.
Down to the center, all the way around, all sides. Which side does gravity not affect?
It only affects mass, so I don't know why you say sides.
Which side of the mass does it not affect? I have to.
It affects all mass.
All sides at all times. Okay. Now, you have to prove that. Go prove water can sit on a hill and
double the mass, you double the weight. I just proved it.
It's a microscopic hill. It's a microscopic part of Earth. When you zoom out, relative guy, you'll look at the Earth and you'll see water. Hold on, take 10. You'll see water surrounding your ball from a God's view. Zoom in on your backyard. You can't get the water to stay on your yard, your hill.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy guy who believes in gravity?
That is crazy. That is crazy, gravity believing guy. But listen, I can debunk your double the mass and double the weight thing in like 3 seconds.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay, you take a balloon, right? You put it on the you have a certain amount of mass, then you double the amount of helium inside the balloon. So you double the mass, and you didn't double the weight.
Sure you did.
It has less weight. It's going to have less weight now because it's floating upward.
No, it's not.
Upward. It's going to be floating upward.
Nope. Do it in a vacuum.
We can make it. Well, now you're changing shit. So not on Earth.
No, I'm not. You double the mass of a balloon in a vacuum, it weighs twice as much.
Okay, but I rub the balloon on my head after I fill it with helium. After I fill it with the helium.
Now you're moving the goalposts.
You want to be switching shit up, motherfucker? I'll switch it up faster than you could blink.
Let's switch it up, Jeremy. What happens to a helium tank when you fill it up? Does it increase? Does it increase in weight or does it decrease in weight?
I would say it increases.
So helium is causing the force to increase downward?
Obviously, there's millions of examples that would fit Wes's description, but I have one that debunked him, and then he'd shifted goalposts, of course, and then I had to reshift goalposts, and here we are.
Right, we don't live in a vacuum. We're talking about helium that we live in.
With a specific volume, if you pump more helium in there, of course it will increase in mass.
I didn't hear anything. What's up?
Said if you have a helium tank and you fill up more helium, then of course it increases in mass.
Well, I'm talking about weight, though.
Yes, also in weight.
Yeah, I know. But so that means helium gets pulled down to the ground, just like everything else.
True.
Well, that may not be the case when it's outside of a container, though. Like
you said, wait. Hang on. So Earth is not contained.
No, I'm saying you can put the gas inside of the container and say, oh, look, it has double the weight. But then when you take it out of the container, you don't know if it's not a crazy idea for things in your model to lose their weight. You could have something in a free fall will lose its weight. Something neutrally buoyant has no weight. So you have situations where things lose weight. So if you have gas in a container and then out of a container, it's not like crazy that it may lose its weight.
Yeah, we know that helium is very not dense. So the more dense air will obviously cause it to rise up. But just in general, if you don't have any of those other gases, just a tank, and then you put helium in it, that helium gets pulled down to the ground.
It's because it's in a container, and then if you take it out of the container, that changes the conditions, and it may possibly be weightless outside of the container.
Wait, hang on. I completely agree with you. When you take it out of the container and it's no longer a container, it doesn't have the weight at sea level. I agree.
There is no container on Earth. I agree with you.
Well, I didn't say that.
You just said you take it out of the container. It's no longer in a container.
Yeah, the little helium container, you take it out of that container, and then inside of Earth, it may lose its weight.
Yeah, because it's not in a container anymore, right? There's no more container.
What? So you take air, you take it
No,
out of the
because
container
we're
and it loses
inside
weight?
the container. If you're inside the container, then obviously,
So, wait a minute. So air in a tire has weight, but you take it out of the tire, it doesn't have any weight anymore, right?
Sorry, what did you say?
So if we have air in a tire, we can weigh it and find that it actually has weight, right? But then if we
but then
let
when you
it
take
go,
it out of the tire, who knows? All bets are
it
off.
doesn't have weight. So the weight just goes away.
Yeah, just like when you have something in free fall, it's weightless, or you have something neutrally buoyant. What's so funny?
Neutrally buoyant still has weight.
Not according to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson also says
greatest
the Earth
science
is
communicator, greatest science
Neil
communicator
deGrasse
of all
Tyson also
time.
says the Earth is round and gravity exists. So welcome to the Earth.
That's all or nothing.
He's not.
All or
He's
nothing.
not like.
I'm calling out Paige. Can I call out Paige fallacy,
Well, I'm
please?
calling you out for cherry picking. How about that?
Oh, he's not completely
It's
wrong.
not
When
cherry
as
picking.
as helium is released from the helium container, and as it travels up through the atmosphere, it doesn't have weight. It's not. It's because
Boom.
weight is like
Done, Paige.
how much is how.
Suck it, Paige.
It does have weight.
Go ahead, flat earthers are funny.
So weight is determined by how much like pressure is being put on the scale. At that very moment, it doesn't. Once it reaches the upper echelon of the atmosphere and it reaches its equilibrium point, then it does have weight again.
It still has weight. It just has the buoyancy.
That is not
overcomes
weight.
it.
First of all, pressure on
And
a
that's
scale
like
is
saying
not
that
it has mass.
that's like
It
saying
doesn't
if I inject a ping pong ball into a column of water and I'm weighing the thing, that it wouldn't immediately register the ping pong ball as the ping pong ball is rising toward the top of the column. That's ridiculous.
Registering what? What's
I don't
the weight
think
of the thing?
I don't think the formula of buoyancy has weight in it. It has mass. I don't think there's weight in the formula for buoyancy.
There's not weight
mass
in movement.
G. Guess what mass times G is? Weight.
Nothing. It's zero. Your gravity amounts zero. You're zero force. Get out of here.
Hey, did you just say in W equals mg that G means weight?
Yes.
I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, he could be right about it. I'm not sure the technical term.
Hold on a second, dude. Hold on.
Weight equals
Hold on.
mg. W equals mg. Weight
If W equals mg and the G is weight, then what is the W?
No, G is not weight. The W is weight. G is gravity.
Why'd you say the G was weight?
Because I misspoke or you misunderstood.
I think you said the M was weight, actually.
No, the M is mass.
You said that either the M or the G was weight.
Well, I mean, I was misspoke then because.
Okay, where's buoyancy?
Mg.
So there's no buoyancy in it, like
acts
this
in the
guy.
opposite direction.
Like this guy just said, flat earthers are funny. Just said there's no buoyancy in that equation.
Buoyancy works in the opposite direction.
I thought like weight was like a technical term. Like when you're in free fall, you're technically weightless.
You are. Yes. Yes. There's multiple ways for you guys to lose weight in the globe model. One of them is weightlessness.
But when you're in free fall, you're not being supported by anything. Whereas a rising ping pong ball or a rising human being that's floating up or a balloon is being supported by the gases underneath it directly.
Okay, well
in the same way that an airplane flying through the air is also supported by the air underneath it.
That's fine. You're debating Neil deGrasse Tyson at this point.
Yeah, no, I see your point. I see their point.
Who says gravity exists and says that the Earth is round? Yeah, we're debating him. We know him.
It's an all or nothing fallacy once again.
Well, you're doing a cherry picking fallacy.
Nope. Address my fallacy.
You're cherry picking.
That's not cherry picking.
It is cherry picking.
Me quoting Neil deGrasse Tyson is not cherry picking.
Yeah, it is because you pick the cherry. You pick the ones you like. The ones you like, and cherry pick.
He's the best science communicator on Earth. Why would I not?
Yeah,
why would I not quote him?
Well, you mean the one time he says that gravity exists and the Earth is round too? Yeah.
All or nothing fallacy. All or nothing fallacy.
You were the best science communicator, Jeremy.
I am up. I'm probably top 5 at this point. At least top 10.
You wouldn't know science would bit you in the ass, Jeremy. I mean,
that's not even funny. We all know that's not true.
No, it is totally true. I mean, your background is,
What kind of science you talking? Imaginary or actual physical?
Come
science?
on. So you can cherry pick Neil deGrasse Tyson. I can't say that when
it's not cherry picking. Me quoting Neil deGrasse Tyson is not cherry picking.
Yeah, it is. It's cherry picking.
If anything, you could say I'm quote mining, but I'm not even doing that.
Quote mining is a form of cherry picking.
But I'm not doing that though.
Yes, you are.
I'm not doing that.
You guys
usually what you say is something that he misspoke or you misinterpret.
I thought cherry picking was like picking out.
Show me this quote in context for a change.
Parts of the quote, like using parts of a quote and ignoring the whole quote.
Yeah, saying it's too big. No, but they don't understand. If you move, your weight's not calculated. Do you guys understand that? You believe you're
They
on a
just
spinning
don't like
ball.
No,
neutrally
that's not
buoyant
true because
objects.
I know
Neutrally
you can
buoyant
weigh
objects
yourself
just
on the
don't
yeah, you can weigh yourself
neutrally
on the
buoyant
elevator.
objects just don't have a hold on, dude. Neutrally buoyant objects just don't have a weight, dude. You take a whale, you put him out of water, you put him on a scale. He has a weight. You put him in the water, you put the scale under him. What's he weigh? What's he weigh?
Depending on the medium and its density.
What's the whale weigh in the water, Jake, when he's neutrally buoyant? What's that balloon from a
Weighs the
party from
same
2
exact
weeks
thing
ago?
as he does.
So if I want to go on a
About
diet, all I
200
need to do is
pounds.
go in a swimming pool, and suddenly I lost 10
Yeah.
pounds, right?
Moon weight, Jeremy.
If you have a fish bowl and then you wait and you have it on a scale and then you add a goldfish to it, even though the goldfish is floating in the middle of the fish bowl, the weight still goes up to the weight of the goldfish.
It's the same as moon weight, 1/6. So the whale will weigh 1/6.
Yes, the weight of the whole fish bowl would go up, but the weight of the fish itself, it doesn't.
So
You
the
can't
fish
weigh
has
it.
no weight. The fish has no weight, but the entire system has weight. But if I weigh
Guys,
the
if Neil
fish,
deGrasse Tyson is wrong, I will bite
Neil
the
deGrasse.
bullet with him on this one. Me and Neil
So
deGrasse
Neil deGrasse
Tyson will go
Tyson,
down
the
with the ship.
Glober. Yeah, see,
Me and
Neil
Neil
deGrasse
deGrasse
Tyson, the
Tyson will
Glober.
go down with the ship. All right, Paige. But until
Yeah,
then,
Neil deGrasse Tyson, the Glober astrophysicist. That guy, yeah, one who says
And
gravity
that's
yes,
the
exists.
Shill
The Glober
paper.
astrophysicist,
Yeah,
science communicator, #1 science
yeah.
communicator of
But
all
you
time,
probably
says that
misquote
neutrally
or
buoyant
quote
objects
mine.
have no weight.
Show me this quote. Show me this quote in context,
Were you
please.
talking under me the whole time?
Show me this
You
quote
gotta
in
calm down,
context,
Paige.
please.
All right, can we all
Please
just
show me this
relax,
quote in
please?
context. You can show me this quote in context. Or you're just going to continue to quote him.
I could find the video for you.
Please
I mean,
do. Please do.
it's self-contextual. Neutrally
Yeah,
buoyant
please do
objects
that.
have no weight. You don't really.
Yeah, please show me
That's
this
pretty
thing.
much it.
Yeah, please show it to me. I'm asking.
NASA said
I'm looking for it
elevator.
right now, bro. Relax. I'm gonna go
You
look
don't
for it.
lose weight just because you go into a swimming pool.
You
NASA,
don't
hold
lose
on.
weight just because you're falling. Then you could say the same thing for that. You don't lose weight because you're falling.
No, you still have weight. You're still being attracted to the earth.
So you think free falling objects still have weight?
Yeah.
No, they're
Okay,
moving.
well that's wrong. That's not even true in your model. That's definitely not true.
That's why on a spinning ball inside a moving elevator on a spinning ball, you don't know what happens because you've never been in a lab and put an elevator on a
Well, from now
spinning
on,
ball
Jeremy, whenever you
and
have to,
weighed the
whenever you
stuff
want to lose weight,
inside the
just go in the swimming
elevator
pool and
on a spinning ball.
you're going to weigh yourself in the swimming
In
pool
this
and see if
ad,
you have
you
no
have
weight.
no clue. You don't have a model that does that shows us in the lab. Spinning ball weight in an elevator. Silly.
So
Rovers
would
are
you
funny.
say that Google gives us the mainstream answers, Jeremy?
No, reality does. Doing the
I would say
experiment.
Neil, when it comes to science, Neil deGrasse Tyson is steelmanning the fuck out of mainstream science, and he
Excellent.
says
So
that
Neil deGrasse Tyson, the guy
neutrally
who says
buoyant
the Earth
object.
is a globe. Neil
Yes,
deGrasse Tyson, the guy.
mainstream science says that Earth's a globe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, the guy who says the Earth is a globe. Way to go. Thank you. Welcome,
The guy
fellow
who
Glober.
steelmans the mainstream science. Yes.
Yeah. So we can believe what Neil deGrasse Tyson says. Welcome to the globe, Jeremy.
I'm not saying believe what he says. I'm saying that's the steelman of the mainstream is that neutrally buoyant objects
but
are
you're going
weightless, and so are free falling objects. You guys don't want to focus on the free falling ones though, because you guys know that one's true.
Yeah. So
what's wrong with free falling?
What's up, Omni?
What's wrong with free falling?
Omni, do free falling objects weightless?
They are in microgravity.
Do they have weight? Do they have weight?
Generally, you cannot measure the weight of a falling object. No.
No weight.
If there is a way to measure it, I'm not aware of it.
No weight with free falling objects. Omni, let me ask you one more question. Hold on. Neutrally buoyant objects do they have weight?
They do not have weight. That's correct.
Yeah, there you go, guys.
Not measurable weight. So I don't know how to measure the weight.
I'll tell you how. You take you weigh the entire pool, and then you're on the deck of the pool. You weigh the entire pool deck U system, and you go from the deck to the pool. The entire system's weight doesn't change.
That's not the.
You're saying there's no weight change.
So you take a fish, you weigh the fish bowl, you take the fish, put it in the fish bowl. The scale now says the weight of the fish plus the fish bowl, even though the fish is floating in it. That's an easier one to do.
I'm a bit lost.
You weigh the fish, you weigh the bowl of water. You take the fish, put it into the bowl of water. The bowl of water weight now has fish plus bowl.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
So the fish isn't weightless.
I think Jeremy might be getting mixed up with the weight
on my side too. Hold on,
due to gravity and the weight due to buoyancy. I was literally responding, but go ahead.
But don't say Jeremy. Just restart your thing. But instead of when you just said Jeremy, say Jeremy Omnivore and Neil deGrasse Tyson. So can you
the
just
guy who
restart
says
your
that
whole
the Earth
thing?
is around, right? The
You can have weight due to gravity, and then you can have weight due to buoyancy and gravity. So those are two different things. So if you're including buoyancy in the weight, then it would be 0 with the neutrally buoyant. But if you're only doing weight due to gravity, NASA is right.
But wait, you want to know something else? I had to wait like 2 hours at the doctor's yesterday. That's like a third kind of wait.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I'm slow. Yeah.
But
me, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Omnivore tend to disagree with you.
Well, wait. I agree that you could weigh the fish and then weigh the bowl. That seemed like it would work to me. I don't know. Is there a reason that wouldn't work?
But omnivore it's the same thing as if you have kind of a ball on a string and you kind of rotate it like a lasso in a circle. The centripetal force and the centrifugal force are equaling each other out.
Yes.
You would still not say that there is no centripetal force with this ball.
That's correct.
And the same with the weight.
I agree. Yeah.
The weight and the buoyancy are equaling each other, but still the fish has weight. It's just equaled out by the buoyancy.
Yes.
It's two different forces opposing each other.
I don't disagree with that. That I was thinking of it from the perspective of quote unquote weight is what you measure on a scale, and it would be hard to measure a neutrally buoyant object in that medium on a scale. But I agree
was that?
Go ahead.
Real quick, who was that? That's also Snooz. You're also on our side. Me, Omni, and Neil deGrasse Tyson. I can count Snooz in on that list. You're on our side.
I don't really know. So weight is mass times the gravitational acceleration. This is weight. Weight is still there if you are neutrally buoyant, or a helium balloon in oxygen atmosphere has still weight, because it's mass times the acceleration. The surrounding medium has no influence. The surrounding medium has no influence on the weight of the object. It's just the direction, the acceleration of the object that may be resulting different, or the motion of the object, but not the weight.
But he's right though, in a way. If you, depending on how you define weight, if you say the astronaut was floating weightless in space, or in microgravity.
That's layman terms.
What's that?
Layman terms.
Yeah. It depends on how you define it, right? Or if you define weight as how you measure what you measure on a scale, then you're going to have a hard time. But if you define it as the conflicting of gravity and the buoyancy force, which is also gravity, then those forces don't go away. I agree with that.
Guys, I have to be right, because if I'm not right, that means me and Neil's wrong. And you can't have Neil deGrasse Tyson, the greatest science communicator of all time, being wrong, can you?
But that's also why astronauts object the claim that they are weightless. They are not weightless. They are in microgravity. So that means
what's the movement way?
I just threw Neil under it, Jeremy.
What's movement way?
What?
What does movement way?
I heard you, Omni.
What does movement way?
Whatever that means.
Yeah, he just said microgravity. What does that mean? Is he falling? Is he sitting still in microgravity? Or is he moving the whole time, and that's why they can't get his weight? Are you guys okay? The only way to get your weight, sit still. Prove me wrong. All of you. I challenge any of you.
Are you saying that you weigh nothing when you start walking?
I'm saying the only way to get your actual weight is for you to stand still on the scale. Prove me wrong. Stop acting like you don't understand what I'm saying every damn day of the week.
If that's
just start running, and if you start floating, then your hypothesis is correct.
Do it on an elevator.
You're supposedly on a moving ball, getting your weight.
You can literally move while you're on a scale, and it'll still give you your weight. Like, you can be like waving your arms like air traffic control. Like, you'll still get your weight, dude.
You'll get your weight?
Yes.
Yep. Your weight
if
won't
you're doing
change.
a YMCA,
when you jump around and move on a scale, it's going to keep one number.
I don't know about jumping, but you can definitely move your arms around. Like, if you were going to do like Wesley and Pinky's Saturday night, you could do like the YMCA movements with your arms, or do like air traffic control movements while you're on a scale, and it'll give you your weight.
Show me. I think you're lying.
So, but does a bullet in flight have weight?
That's bullshit as fuck. If you move on a scale, buddy, you ain't getting your weight, Jeremy. I don't know who the fuck told you that.
You know you can average scales, right? To get your weight.
Just spend some money, man. Get the fucking scale. Go wave your arms around.
Can I snap my fingers on a scale and get the weight?
I don't know what you're doing, but if you're moving, you ain't getting your weight, motherfucker. I know that much.
Can I do a golf flap on a scale and get my weight?
Take 5, Demmoch.
No, you're not.
Yeah, but if you jump on the scale, it may not. For a time,
they tell you you're on a fucking spinning ball.
What if you
getting your weight?
What if you moonwalk?
You start moving on your scale. If you start shaking your
the claim is you're on a ball.
Around, definitely not gonna get your weight. You gotta move.
What if you
be on an elevator
the weight's gonna be going up and down.
Demmoch or Elbow, can you be on an elevator and get your weight?
Spinning ball.
Come on.
Show me what the fuck you're talking about.
Demmoch, can you be on an elevator and get your weight?
Can you be on a spinning ball?
Just hold on. Hold on, guys. We got to calm this shit down. Elbow was trying to get in. Pinky wants to get. Let's let Elbow, then Pinky, then Omni, then somebody else, and a few other people, then Demmoch. Hold on, Demmoch. You're on the list.
If you start moving your arms or anything, and when you're on a scale, that scale's gonna vary your weight.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow when I go to the school. When I go to the school on Monday, they got a triple beam thingy. You know what I'm talking about? They got the triple beam joint.
Old school.
I'm gonna go over there, and we're gonna fucking see. We gonna see.
Is it my turn now?
Yep. Then Pinky. Then Omnivore.
I just want to address Wesley's question. The answer is yes.
What was the question?
Can you weigh yourself on a moving elevator?
Yes.
You won't get the right weight. No.
Accurate.
You're not going to get the right weight on that.
Yes, you will. If the elevator isn't accelerating when you're weighing yourself, if it's just moving at a constant speed, you will get your weight precisely.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
even if
I'm
it's,
just saying,
if
I
it's
thought you were
accelerating, you have two options to increase your weight. Either be an accelerator and put the press the upper floor, or eat a lot. So you can increase your mass, or you can increase the acceleration. These two variables are part of weight.
How high
but he
would
said
you
if
go
you're going
in
to
order to weigh
I
1
picked the
pound
button
less?
one.
Move the
You got to get your
scale.
weight up.
Move the scale. Don't
We
sit
got
in the
to get more synchronized, guys. This is not synchronized at all, what we're doing right now.
If you're in a rocket, you're literally weighing more.
How much do you weigh?
Yeah.
How much can I get my weight up to? What's the
As
most
much
the
as the
humans
rocket
ever
can
weighed
accelerate.
via this method?
Your mass stays the same, but G changes, so your weight force changes.
Could we put a guy on a rocket and have him be on my 600-pound life, even though he's really just like 200 or something?
Yes, we can do that.
All right, good to know.
I put my question
Elbow.
in the chat.
I'm about to debunk you on Monday, Elbow.
It's not that.
My question was, if you juggle 3 balls on a scale, does it measure 2 or all 3?
That's intense. It's a deep question right there.
Does it weigh? Do you weigh more when you're juggling or when you are holding all 3?
Right, that's the question.
Well, we don't even know
Are
if
those
your arm
balls in a
movements.
lab, or are they just like?
We don't know if your arm movements will allow you to get.
You are in the air.
Does it matter if
gotta
you're holding a bucket of Lagrange?
A bucket of Lagrange?
In one hand and a bucket of gravity in the other.
Is that a Italian wine?
It's
or
a
French
Demmoch.
wine or something?
Demmoch phrase.
It's a French wine.
That's as Italian as Demmoch.
It's some kind of wine.
Lagrange. It's not French. Who is Lagrange?
Lagrange.
It's
It's French for Lagrange.
Lagrange.
I think it's orange.
Lagrange point.
He did wait for his turn, Jeremy.
Wait, I think Lagrange horns with orange.
Only if you say it like a maniac French person.
You can only say it that way from now on. Orange.
I have a
I
question
might start using that.
answered by Canadians or UK people. When you guys say the name of the band that recorded the single Lagrange, do you guys say ZZ Top or ZZ Top?
I don't know, but I have something way cooler than that after this is whatever this is.
Don't
I just
poo-poo it.
that Lagrange.
Do not poo-poo Finky's point, even though he's not the brain.
Dang, nobody's complete sign. Nobody can answer.
No, nobody knows. It's not. All right, so here we go. Your object is to make whoever makes the most money wins. Okay, that's the object in this exercise. Here's what you got to do. You have to pick a number. It has to be. This is very simple instruction, guys. Like if you guys can't follow this one, you need help. All right, your number has to be over 100, and it cannot end in a 0. And whoever says hold on. And the object is like, say you pick 101. Every time somebody says 101 out loud, you get $101. But say you pick 273, right? Every time somebody says that out loud, you get $273. What number are you picking that's going to make the most money?
999.
Yo, that's actually good.
7.
999 is good because think of all the German people that'd be like, no.
9.
You have to say it as a
222.
whole. You have to hold on. You have to say it has to be said as a whole number. It can't be said as single digits.
But do the other people know about the exercise or only you?
Like you can't. If you were gonna hold on, if you're gonna say 199, it has to be said as 199. It can't be said as 199.
But
you know what I'm saying?
199 would work. That is 911.
Yes, 911 or 911.
Because if everyone knows about the exercise, you just need to talk to the other people.
Do you think 911's making you the most money?
666.
666. That's a good one. 911 is a good one. I actually didn't think of that or 666.
Yeah, but
Bro,
you
I
gotta
thought of
say,
both
but
of them. You owe me,
it's
bro.
gotta be said as 666 though, and nobody says 666 like that. So that's actually not a good one. Scratch that one. 911. I don't know
that
because
right?
it's 900. It's
gotta work.
911.
It's gotta be okay. If not, then you go with 101 because of the Dalmatian movie, and you just pick up wherever you can. But
And you got Psychology 101, School in Wesley and Pinky 101. You know what I'm saying?
but
Shit like
that's
that. all the
101.
preliminary.
That doesn't count. If you do that, then you go 666. It's got to be 101 Dalmatians.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, here was we say 365. Oh no, because they say 24/7, 365. Yeah, no, that's okay. You can say it like that.
Yeah, you could 365.
So 911 counts. 911 counts.
666 doesn't count.
You got the Porsche. You got the Porsche too. 666 don't count, but we'll give 911. Yeah, no.
911 counts, but 666 doesn't.
Babs said it. I said that yesterday, Babs, 3959. I'd have you guys talking about the radius all day.
Oh, we can influence others to say it but just not say the number.
You can't tell your boy like, hey, say this number over and over again nonstop.
Oh, and are we talking about
it has to be said naturally, but
okay.
No, just on Earth. You get all of Earth, the whole Earth.
512.
My question is, how often does the speed of light get read out loud as the number?
It ends in a 0, you weirdo.
Well, the real one.
Yeah, you're right. But how often is the real one read? It's always 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You only need one. You just need once.
I'd say 1,000,000,001. There's gonna be some kid that's arguing with his friend
1,000,000,001
for a bigger number.
Ooh.
Yes, there's gonna be someone arguing for a bigger number, and if you go 1,000,000,001, you only really need one person to say that, and you're rich. If you go like $900, then that's gonna take a lot of people to get money.
Dude.
He's got a point. I mean, you're not wrong. So
There are people running around saying 1,000,000,001 though. You think that gets said?
Yeah, but
There's someone gonna say this. Someone's gonna say this.
You have 30 days.
No,
Trillion
Someone's gonna say this.
the number you
30 days, I would go with 2026.
Ooh.
Nope, I got the number is 4.
That's not over 100, you weirdo.
Oh, wait, it has to be over 100?
Oh my god! I knew someone.
Man.
I knew
Jeremy.
someone was gonna fuck it up.
Come on, get it.
100% knew someone because I did this yesterday, and someone said 9 and 70 something. I already knew.
You gotta ban Finky for not listening.
My attention span is it's trailing off.
But I think 2026 is not bad.
Yeah.
Wait, 26?
Oh, that's
that has to be over 100.
2026.
2026.
Pay attention to the. If you're gonna
number of
participate
our
in
year.
VC, I need you to at least kind of pay.
Dude, it's hard. It's hard being a chat skank and then talk at the same time.
Ban him, mute him, 24 hours.
7-day timeout.
Give me 102 day timeout.
Yo, 2026 is the best one, but
Ching.
does that count though? What'd you say, Bingy?
Yeah, does it have to
what's
be
your
read
number?
as a whole number? Like a whole number, or can you split it up into 2026 or 9/11?
My idea was to do. I don't know. I'm thinking you can count 9/11 and 2026. My first big number I had was to do 8675309. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit, you might make a killing on that. That's a big ass number, right?
How does it go again?
It goes 8675309 like that.
How about 1-800 Cars for Kids? Whatever the number is for that.
No, because that's what I'm saying. When you say 86753, you're just reading single digit numbers though. It's not like a whole number.
How about
if you say 2011 or 20
Wentworth at 877 cash now.
Empire,
Yeah,
the old Empire commercial.
Yeah, did they have that in Canada? JG Wentworth.
2222222. That's another commercial up here in Chicago. Phone number's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but everyone says that as single digits.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 666.
Not 800. Oh, people say 1-800.
Ooh. No, it can't end in 0. Dude, you can't listen.
God, bro.
That's 3 times.
Broke all. I had 2 rules. You broke all the rules.
Dude, I was going to make a joke about. Okay, never mind.
800 works.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It can't end in 0.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It can't, yeah.
It doesn't. It ends in 100.
0's too easy. Are you high right now?
No.
There's
It ends in 100.
Hey, no to drugs.
It doesn't end in 0. Hold on. It doesn't end in 0. It ends in 100.
Yes, yeah. 800.
Is this like moving without moving? Is this like you accelerate and you change your movement without moving?
No, it's just like ether. Ether just fixes it.
The number 800 doesn't end in 0. Nice.
It ends in 100.
The word 800 doesn't end in a 0.
The number can't end in a 0. What's up, Omni? What do you got?
No, I had to think about that because it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't. So
No, 800. I could say billion then.
Yeah, I know. Right.
Somebody's gonna say billion. Yeah, you can't
Like
end in the
365
number
days.
itself cannot end in.
Yeah, 365.
Banging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you get 24/7, 365. People probably say that shit. All
Not
how many days are in a
365
year?
though. 365.
Yeah, but people still say 365 days in a year.
No, we're counting 365 because we're counting 2026
That's so
to
weird.
9/11.
It's got a single digit in there then. 3 is a single digit.
Yeah, but it can't just all be
9/11. 9/11 has a single digit
counts.
too, you numbskull.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to get consistency here. You said you could
I
use
told you
9/11, but
9/11
not
counts.
666.
It's
Right,
all
because
single
666
digits.
is all like 911 wouldn't count. Like the
Okay.
emergency number in the U.S. wouldn't count.
That's a weird caveat right
About
there.
98.6. It's pretty
Oh
close
my
to
gosh.
Absolutely effing not. You son.
Jeremy, get him,
Oh my
bro.
God. I can't even do this.
Can you guys
so
explain
close
what's
to
going
100.
on to
What's
to
the margin
Finky
of
so that
error
I can
for the
overhear it?
100?
Jesus Christ.
Dude, it's got to be close
Oh
enough.
my goodness.
Come on. It rounds right up. Oh my gosh.
You know why they say close but no cigar? You know where that saying came from?
I have no idea.
Carnivals and shit, the prizes used to be aimed at adults. And then you toss your rings or throw your darts at the balloons or whatever, or try to knock the cans over, and they'd be like, close but no cigar. You didn't win. You knocked 2 of the cans over, only popped 2
What, they were
balloons.
giving out cigars at the fair?
Yeah, it was adult. It wasn't like stuffed animals and shit back in the day, bro. Everyone was smoking fucking cigars, and there was ashtrays in schools and shit. There was no rules before in the 80s.
What else would they give? I'm trying to think in the 80s what I would have considered adult. Were they giving out French ticklers?
What about 747? Like an airplane, 747.
That's a good one. I don't know how often that gets said though, but
Yeah.
probably a lot in the airplane industry. But
Sorry, back to Finky and French ticklers. Go ahead.
dude, I have no idea what the other prizes were for. I just know that little tidbit of fact from a TikTok. So I don't even know if it's true. I don't know what's true these days or what's not true because I'm getting a lot of bad TikToks.
I'm with you. I don't know what's true either. I think we've lost the idea of truth.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to pick a number and Claude. We'll see which AI picks a better number. What are the rules again?
No.
I can tell you, using Claude during US work time sucks.
No, ask Claude what.
It's kind of
what
nice
number?
during European work time, but if I'm using it in the night, it really starts sucking because it's overloading.
It's because you're not in America, bro. We got the most data centers now. Ask Claude. Say, pick a number over 100, and it cannot end in a 0, and you get the dollar amount for whatever number it is. Which number it gets said out loud the most? Which am I going to make the most money on?
Oh, I got it. I didn't have to ask it. I actually got the real answer. Infinity.
Oh, it's not a number. It's not a number.
Also ends in 0.
I mean,
Oh,
if
the
it ends in
infinity. It
I can
definitely ends in
store
9.
I can store infinity in a 8-bit data type.
Oh, and I can put time in a bottle. Okay.
He's right. I heard the song. It works. I don't know how.
So when do we start fighting and like flipping tables and stuff? We're just gonna be friendly the whole time.
I mean, we could get into some globe debates or something. With Elbow, what do you got?
ICSpin joint just destroys the chat. Good job, buddy.
What's up?
Have you seen my? I mean, I'll start it, I guess. Have you seen my moon photo, Jeremy? Well, it's like mine.
Good Vibes is here too.
And Good Vibes. Oh yeah, it's cool. Perfect. He's like always here whenever I'm ready to show it. Give me a
I
sec.
think it should be Osco versus Demmoch.
Yeah, I mean, mine literally takes 2 seconds and then I'll be done. I just want to know what Jeremy thinks. I'm like polling all the flat earthers and globe earthers. So I put it in chat. You want me to send it to your DM or are you looking at chat?
I don't see it in chat.
Live stream 1. You see
I
2
see
images of a moon. Yeah.
Okay. No.
On the 22nd, so 9 days ago, I asked the room if someone would take a photo of the moon with me. I went outside at 9:54. I'm in Eastern time. Took a picture of the moon, and then 24 minutes later, my time, still, Good Vibes, who lives in Auckland, New Zealand, took a picture of the moon also.
Why 24 minutes?
I mean, I just asked if anyone would. I didn't think anyone would, but I saw that pop up 24 minutes later, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, thanks for doing that. Because what I said when I challenged the room was that if the moon, if someone takes a picture of the moon wherever they're at and it's not the same face and the same phase of the moon, then I would no longer be a glober. And but it has nothing to do with the orientation. I did have to adjust the orientation for the demonstration. The orientation is to be expected in terms of like something you'd have to adjust because of the latitude. So he's like in the extreme southern hemisphere, and obviously I'm in the northern hemisphere, and there's going to be rotation. You know, we're going to have to rotate the orientation. So what I did is I compared it. I blew my image up, and you see that in the bottom left. I blew his image up, and then I, you know, turned it around so that they were about the same size and, you know, same sort of orientation. And what my assertion is that both of these moons are the same face, and they are in the same phase. I just can't imagine a scenario that's possible on the flat Earth unless the moon is very, very high above the flat Earth. But other than that, I really can't imagine how you can see the same shadows from two different places at the same time. Not just being seen during the daytime and one's being seen during the nighttime. But I won't go over it any more than that. I mean, you can see the features are the same on the moon. So if you want to take a look at it in your own time, my question is like, it's obviously I'm springing this on you, but have you ever thought about like this with the moon and how it would be possible?
We can see the same phases on it.
Yeah, that we can see the same. What I mean by phase is like we can look at the fullness of the moon, right? So
like a half moon right there.
Yeah, it's like a half moon, a little more, right? But it has the same shadow scheme. So it's you can say that it's, let's just call it exactly 67% lit for both images. And so we'll call that the phase, like the shadow scheme.
Did you do that for Wes? Did you do that for Wes?
Oh, no. Yeah, I guess I did. I don't know. I'm contractually obligated, but I have to play it off. But then also the same face, right? So if we look carefully, like on the top right of the moon, it kind of looks like a little shield. If you look at the one that's in the darkness, which is the one I took a photo of, looks like a little shield. You can see that same sort of little shield. It's very faint with the photo that New Vibes took. It's I think it's going through a lot of atmosphere, and obviously I had the highest res image on my end. His is probably a high res image, but there's probably compression and stuff. So anyways, you can still tell that the features line up, and that would be the same face. That's what I would call the same face. In other words, at all times on the Earth, we would, the assertion from the globe is that we would see the same face despite where we are, and that's because of the distance of the moon away from the Earth. We would expect to see the same face, and I've modeled this out too. But yeah, but that's basically all I have.
So your question is, how do we see the same face of the moon?
Yeah, how do we see both the same phase and the same face? I mean, you could call it a package deal, I guess, but why is it that we don't see a different part of the moon based on our location, I guess?
I don't know. I don't have the answer for that for you.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought to ponder. And actually, I brought it up, and I'm still not sure the right answer of this, but like, would we expect to see, like, what would we expect to see in terms of like the moon at basically the same time? But like, would we expect to see a moon in darkness and a moon in daylight, like anywhere on flat Earth? I mean, now that I'm thinking about it more, I'm wondering if it would be the same as the globe, but I really haven't really thought about it a lot.
I don't know. I really don't get too wrapped up in the sky and how the sky's working and shit.
See, I think this is a major problem.
I have a bunch of wild ideas. I have a bunch of wild ideas in how the sky works, but I mean, who knows really? Like, so.
I've been building kind of an app. I'll just drop this image just to show you that I did model out the exact time and the two locations that we were at. You could look at them and see they match the globe model. So that would be another assertion. I would say that it does match what the globe says, and we don't really have a model to compare it to I don't think flat earthers really put forth a model when stuff like this gets brought up. So, but yeah, I don't know. Anybody have anything they want to talk about after that?
I agree. I think that these observations are well explained on the globe model, but I don't have a good explanation if the Earth is flat.
I know if you went to flat Earth thinking you're going to have more explanations, you might have been sorely mistaken.
No, but it goes back to the thing that
my wife said she can go to Uranus.
So what now?
My wife said I can go to Uranus. I don't know. She's trying to get in. I don't know what that means. Babe, you want to talk to these guys?
Yes, but only if Wesley's gone.
She's just mocking me because I'm talking about flat Earth. She's a
Did you tell
glober.
her though that you did you tell her you dunked on Glovers?
Do you think we're on a globe? Do you think we're on a Earth as like a globe, like a sphere? Honestly, I really don't know, and I really not. It's not renting any space in your brain. I got it covered for both of us. Don't worry.
She doesn't want to take a position because then she knows she'll have to talk to you about it, and then you'll lay all your traps for
She
her.
knows it's round. She just doesn't want to tell you.
Good sport, that lady.
Do you think that that's like a good argument on like for a glober to make, Jeremy, or not really?
Which one?
Just the one about the moon that I did.
I think it's pretty good.
No, because just lights in the sky. So
Yeah, but it's evidence of cosmology. We're talking about cosmology, so looking in the sky is relevant, right?
yeah, but you're still gonna get the argument that it's just lights in the sky and they don't prove the ground. So no point.
Yeah, but your assumption that the flat Earth thinks that the moon and the sun are actually in the air.
Well, they're somewhere. They have shapes and they're physical objects. So
I've gotten a sunburn. I'm probably going to get a sunburn tomorrow too. I'm going to the beach, so I'll let you know. Maybe I'll send a photo. But that means that the sun's physical, right? New vibes. If you can get a sunburn,
certainly interacts with the physical.
But doesn't mean the sun's physical, right? Like that's what you're going to say.
As opposed to what?
Like non-physical,
Spiritual.
supernatural.
Can you name something non-physical that you see in the world?
No, because it doesn't exist, right? Like I
A
think
hologram would be physical.
all right, let me rephrase. Like natural.
Holograms are definitionally physical, guys. Are you guys lost here?
I'll say natural.
They're fucking done now. Name one thing that's non-physical.
Radio waves.
No, they're physical.
That's a physical entity. What are you guys talking about? Name one thing in the world that you can see that you classify as non-physical so we can understand your question is in good faith, sir.
Well, they have things being physical that you can't even see, like radio waves. Like they would, Omni, you would call it.
If it's physical, you can see it.
And the mainstream would call radio waves physical, right?
That's physical the wrong word.
Physical on a stage event. I'll debate physical with you on a staged event with no interruptions.
Well, we could do that shit right now. I'll fucking just nobody interrupt. Who you want to debate?
No, I need it to be formalized. I need openers. I need cross exams. We're not going to be doing open dialogue. It's how I debate now.
Oh, just like a openers, closers, like back and forths and shit. We could do that. Does anyone have an official?
No back and forth. Just cross exams.
I like that.
You've been here before, right? Like you knew the room you're coming into.
Yeah, but we could set that up right now.
Yeah, this room holds staged events, dude. Did you not know that, PFinky? You know, you've been here before, right? You know how this room works, right?
I did. I'm sorry, I didn't realize we were in the middle of a staged event.
Well, I could pop one in right now. I mean, maybe someone who knows how Discord works could, not me, but somebody could probably do it.
Listen, sir, I want you, ICSpin, to tell me something that you see and then you declare it non-physical so that way we can know if your question is in good faith or not.
That's why I said I think what the better way to phrase it is either material or natural. But I would tell you that I can't think of anything that you can see that's non-physical.
How about a rainbow?
Awesome. Can you think of anything non-physical at all? Because if you're a physicalist, there would be no such thing as something non-physical in your worldview, right? You presupposed everything is physical, don't you?
I never heard him claim to be a physicalist.
Are you a physicalist?
I can tell by the sentence.
Like you're punching air.
So what I'm saying is like the sun is made of matter, right? Like it's material. That's what if I said physical and that's not describing what I just defined, then I want to use that word.
What's
like
matter made of?
It has mass, right?
Matter's made of mass. What's mass made of?
Matter. What are you talking about?
Listen, dude, you're a physicalist, okay? What is matter made of?
ICSpin came here dressed as Olivia Newton-John talking about let's get physical.
I mean, ICSpin, are you a physicalist?
Are you saying matter is the smallest form of physical reality? Just matter? Or are you going to go to quarks and planks?
Well,
what are you getting to, bro?
Is that not like where it bottoms out? Like, what is matter made of?
Listen, dude. You asked the question. You posed a question to this gentleman, and you said, hey, do you think the sun is physical? And I asked you to name something that you've looked at and declared it was non-physical in order to pose that question. Otherwise, that question
do you remember when I
was in
changed it
bad
to
faith.
material
Are
because
you
I
here,
used
sir?
the wording
Excuse me, sir.
correctly?
Are you already interrupting me?
You've already straw man me.
Okay, material. Can
Say
you name me?
material, yeah.
Okay, what is something in the world that you look at that is non-material? Go ahead, sir.
I'm not aware of any.
Awesome. So you presuppose everything is material, right?
Everything that exists.
Are rainbows material?
Well, things that don't exist, right, are non-material. So I wouldn't be aware of things that
don't exist. That's
What
how that
doesn't
works.
exist?
Okay, so do you know what doesn't exist, sir?
Definitionally, like material exists, non-material doesn't exist, right? So they're basically the same.
Well, are radio waves
Non-material
material?
doesn't exist.
Are radio waves material? They exist, right? What material
Are you
they
saying
made
the
out of?
concept of non-material doesn't exist because you can't find it anywhere in the world? How about a law of logic, sir? Where's that?
I have one in my closet. It's back there somewhere.
See, this room, this is what's up. Jeremy, mute him for that terrible answer.
I didn't hear it. What
You
was
guys
that?
want to have a real discussion? We can have a real discussion. Omnivore thinks he's got the law of identity in his closet because he hasn't come out of it yet.
When I wake up in the morning, I think I want to have a real discussion today. I definitely think, let me go find Torah so I can have this awesome real discussion.
So what things that are material?
Are you stating that people cannot change and you develop an idea of a person based on their past actions and you never give that person a benefit of the doubt? Is that correct, sir?
Hold on, let's not derail. Let's not derail. I want to ask you a question. Like what things in reality can cause burns, right? 3rd-degree burns if you stay out in the sun long enough that are not material.
Fire can do that. Oh, non-material? I'm taking your worldview that everything's material. I'm going into your worldview here.
No, well, my worldview includes the following statement. Like, have you ever received a sunburn?
Is that statement material, sir, that you just made?
Matter.
No, it needs to matter. Obviously matters because you said everything is material, so you need to account for the statement. Would you like to tell us it's the neurons in your brain now and answer honestly or not?
Everything that can like affect other things, right, is material, right? In terms of it has mass. If something can burn you.
Prove it. What are you going to use? Okay, so you can't prove it. So are you just basically asserting it dogmatically, arbitrary?
No, because you might have missed the part where I said, are you aware of anything non-material that can cause sunburns? Well, it's the second part of my statement.
Microwaves.
Those are
sunburn you're only getting from the sun. So
yeah, you get sunburns from the sun, dude. Why?
You're not going to get sunburn from anything that's
okay, listen, I misused the word, right? Let's just call it burns.
Sir. I got the question for you here. Okay, is the pain that is caused by the sunburn physical?
No, that's not the question. The question is
how do you know you have a sunburn?
It's the sun material.
Is red physical? The color your skin's turning, is that physical?
So you're doing this thing where you're getting off of the subject, right? We're talking about the sun and whether or not
I'm not getting off the subject, dude. You claim that the sun might not be physical. By your question, you implied there's a chance that the sun might not be physical. You hold that in your head to be a possibility. Wrong. Oh, okay. So then you did ask that question in bad faith then. Is that correct?
No, I want to know if it is physical. If it is physical or not. I think it's physical.
You think everything's physical. Everything in your worldview is physical because you presuppose it as a base axiom. So if it is the case that you came... Excuse me, sir. Please stop interrupting.
If you make a statement that has a conclusion, allow me to respond to it.
Talk me.
Let's all...
Don't stop him from putting words in your mouth.
There's been a few interruptions. Let's all try not to interrupt, please, guys.
Okay, listen. You presuppose that everything is physical. Is that correct?
Who's that to?
I'm thinking.
ICSpin. Oh, is that thought physical that you're having right now?
I would say yes.
Okay, where does it come from?
I don't know.
I'd love to know.
I know that you're saying physical, but can you say material? Because when you're saying physical, I'm thinking material.
Okay, no problem. Same question, but switch out physical for material.
Say the second part of your question.
Are your thoughts material? You said
yes. Thoughts material. Are thoughts material? I think that they are like propositions, right? They're like their brain states. They're controlled by material.
So when your tummy grumbles and you get hungry, that's your brain?
I mean, it's a series of neurons that fire from your brain to your stomach and probably stop at many other places along the way, but They're controlled by physical processes.
Okay, awesome. Physical. So you want to talk about what's physical or material, dude?
Material, fine.
You see how you keep switching back? What you're doing, sir, is called a Mott and Bailey. Do you know what that fallacy is?
Okay, you can say physical. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to do physical or material? I'll go either way.
They're fine.
Dude, I'm letting you lead the conversation, dude.
Yeah, you trust me.
You can be the alpha. Go ahead. Just pick whichever one you want. You can use physical or you can use...
Hey, how about this, ICSpin? I have a modus tollens for you, okay? If you tell the truth, you will be crucified. ICSpin is not telling the truth, therefore he's not being crucified. Okay? Do you have a rebuttal?
No, because that's stupid. Let's get back to the topic. Is the sun physical?
Yes.
Material.
Okay, there you go. Well, he wanted to do physical, so I'm going to let him lead it, right? That's his game.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I'm not leading anything, sir. You posed the question to the room.
Well, now you're leading.
You're scared now.
You think I'm scared? What am I scared of? What am I scared of, Torah?
Is scared a physical substance that I can find in the world somewhere, sir?
That's a non sequitur. What am I scared of, Torah?
Me. You're scared of me.
Oh, wow. That's adorable.
Torah, I doubt he's scared of you because the argument you're making is bizarre and weak.
What is the argument?
That's an ad hom.
See, I thought you were going to play devil's advocate, but you're changing.
His claim is everything is physical. I'm holding to him to his worldview. Okay. And do you agree that you are a materialist in order to make that claim?
Has nothing to do with my assertion.
Okay, then why is that proposition true? Why is the proposition true that the sun is physical?
Sunburns.
Material.
It's both. It's physical and material. I mean, because
what's making the proposition true?
Radar off it. It has gravity. It seems to.
I don't need all that. I'll just say sunburns.
Okay, what's making the proposition true? Sunburns.
Sunburns. Yes.
Okay, what is making the experience of a sunburn true?
The redness, the pain,
blisters.
I don't know what else. Yeah.
Okay, the pain. The pain is physical and real.
Do you not know what a sunburn is? Like you could look at a person and be like, "Wow, that person."
Why are these guys just constantly poisoning the well, dude? Why do they have to add
poisoning the well?
Why are you asking me?
If saying that your argument is weak is an ad hom, then so is you saying he's scared of you.
I mean, when you get a sunburn, if you get a sunburn, you know you got a sunburn, right?
Yeah, I know if I get a sunburn. Yeah, I know if I have a sunburn. My question is, okay, so we agree.
Spirit that is feeling the pain, Torah, is your spirit.
See, this is, dude, he's derailing the combo. Okay, listen, bro. ICSpin. So it is 100% the case and absolutely true that when you have a sunburn, you have a sunburn, right?
I don't want to play the absolute game with you, but since it virtually meant nothing, I'll say yes.
So it is the case. Okay, what's making that proposition true? This is where I need to know if you're a materialist or not.
A true.
Okay, God.
A ridiculous version of the tag.
It's called a
tautology.
You can see the blisters, the redness of the skin, like.
No, but what grounds that? How can you have skin unless there is God ordering the universe for you to have skin?
That's not my argument, sir. My argument is to show the absurdity of your position because you're going to be inconsistent and arbitrary.
It is your argument.
Oh, that's adorable.
Sunburns are physical, therefore the sun is physical. The end. What's your debunk?
That's begging the question, sir.
No.
Is it?
No, it's not.
Well, you're saying when you say physical, you mean material. Hold on a second. When you say physical, you're saying material. So
no. I switched to physical to appease my interlocutor.
So now, what are you saying? Physical is you're switching what physical. You said physical was material earlier, and now you're saying
no. I said let's go back to physical because Torah was upset that I said.
What's interesting about that is so you can define something that is physical that you can't see, which is literally the thing that's burning your skin. Did you know that the UV ray is something that you cannot see or perceive with your eyes? Did you know that, sir?
That doesn't make it non-physical.
Yeah, it's always Wi-Fi.
Okay,
that way there's things you can see that you can't feel, like a rainbow.
Excuse me. Before I ask you, if there were things that were physical or material that you can't see and you lied.
When did you ask
Because
that?
now you're changing your position.
I
It was
never
the
heard you
first
ask that.
question I asked you.
I thought you said it. Does it exist, or is it? You didn't say. Can you
Is
not
there
see things that
anything
are physical?
physical or material that you can't see, that you
Of course,
like,
I would have
look
said
at and you
yes.
say it doesn't
Gas,
exist?
air,
Wi-Fi.
oxygen.
Okay, okay. So you
I would
cannot
not.
see oxygen.
If
Is
I
that
said
correct,
no,
sir?
you listen.
Is that
If I
correct?
said no,
You can't see
wait a
oxygen?
second.
So if I
Let
get
me
a picture of
clarify.
oxygen up,
Hold on a second, Tora. Let me clarify. If you did ask that question and I said no, I misspoke because I would not have answered it that way because.
okay, no
Gas.
problem. So do you agree that we can't, you're saying we can't see oxygen? Is that correct, sir?
Generally
We
speaking,
can't.
no.
Yeah, we can't see
No,
oxygen.
so
like
an
in front of my
electron
face right now.
microscope
In
cannot
front of my
look at
face.
molecules. Is that correct, sir?
When you
That's
say
Well, see what you're
that
doing is
is
you're
wild.
now you're being dishonest.
I mean,
I'm just talking
no,
about
I'm
in
not.
common
No,
parlance.
use the context of what I'm saying, okay? Do you
Listen, right
agree
now I'm
cells
looking at your
exist?
name. I'm looking at
Do
your
you
name as
agree
you
that
light
we
up
can
and you
see a
talk.
cell?
Yeah,
Do you agree?
Wait, no. You need an instrument. You need an
Guys,
instrument.
this is the worst attempt to do the transcendental argument for God that I have ever seen. Torah, please,
Yes.
I beg
Not
you. To
running a
And it's like
transcendental
Demmoch.
argument for God,
I
dude.
know
I
what.
mean,
Yes,
Torah is
I-
approaching Demmoch status.
I know what you're doing, Torah. I can explain it to you if you think you're being too clever.
dude, stop trying to like predict the future. Put this guy on mute. Put Omnivore on
That's
mute.
what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're going to show how fallacious everyone is.
Dude,
So I
just I
can't-
want to have a conversation with ICSpin, and you guys you're refusing to allow the conversation to
Because
occur.
what you're doing is
you guys-
ridiculous.
So maybe you weren't close to your headphones because your mic just improved. Maybe your headphones improved. I'll say it again. I said, as I'm sitting here, I can't see oxygen. I didn't say as I'm in a lab with an electron microscope, I can't see oxygen molecules.
Okay,
whatever.
so we can see oxygen, correct?
We can detect it
Under the right sort of set of circumstances, sure. We can see the some of the molecules that make it up, right?
Okay, awesome. What is the oxygen molecule made of?
Doesn't matter. We can detect it and we can see it, right? So it exists.
No, it does matter. That's the literal point of this conversation is everything is material. So you said one thing we can't see, but now you're saying we can see it. See, I'm pointing out your inconsistencies, and I know that you're saying, no, I'm not being inconsistent.
You can't see it as I sit here.
Dude.
You're being dishonest.
That's why you're being so weak, Torah. You asked if
Okay.
he could see
You
it.
guys don't.
Asked if
Okay.
he could
Do you
see
guys?
it, and then
Okay.
when he said,
I
no,
say-
you can't see it, you said, well, what about with an electron microscope, Torah? That was weak and weird. Please.
That's not weak and weird. Okay, I'm going to clarify my point. I'm going to, dude, shut the fuck up, Omnivore. I'm going to clarify my point. I'm going to clarify my point. Jeremy, let me clarify my point for these guys, please. Let me clarify my point. Dude, I'm going to clarify my point now. PFinky, this is not your turn to talk.
It is.
Okay, when I say everyone in England went to the Queen's funeral, dude, why is this guy doing this, bro?
You're talking over me. I went back on the stream to listen to the first question you asked ICSpin. The first question you asked him was, can you show me something in reality that we see that isn't real? And then you lied and pretended like you asked him a different question.
Ooh.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, can I clarify my point? Can I clarify my point now, please? Because this gentleman is saying.
Will you
I'm
acknowledge
wrong.
that Pinky found that you misstated your own question to me?
Well, it could be implied to the other statement that I said. So no, it's implied within it. Okay.
No, it's not. But
So you asked if we can see things, right, that are not physical. That's what you were asking.
That's totally different.
Wow, he can't even admit it. That's the worst part.
Yeah, it's totally different. But
dude, I did.
It's whatever. Go ahead.
Okay, I see spin. Is it the case, right? If I say everyone in England went to the Queen's funeral, do you think I'm including the people that are on life support?
Everyone in England.
Everyone means everyone.
I didn't say everyone in England.
Say what you said. If I say again.
Everyone went to the Queen's funeral in England.
Yes, everyone excludes no one.
I think he's asking me. I would say yes.
So you guys don't include the context of that people like have to be healthy and walk there and all that.
It depends on if I'm talking to a bizarre pedant or not. So what Torah, I want to get in here for a second. What Torah wants to do is question whether or not basic particles are physical or energy or material or what. So he's going to ask, what is an electron made of? Is an electron material? Is it physical? That's where he wants to go.
That's why I tried to get him back on track, because we're talking about the sun being physical, right? And I know that you're doing a dance, Torah. I don't know where it winds up. Can you tell me, like,
Right, I already
4
agreed to
questions
the
from now where
proposition that the sun is physical. So what's your point?
then this argument's not for you? I was asking good vibes, so we wasted all this time for nothing.
Who the heck would ever say that the sun is not physical?
Oh, many people say
Lots of people, yeah. There's people in here right now.
Okay, do they also
speak up.
say that air doesn't exist?
Some people say air.
Some people say
Okay,
that.
so you're looking to argue
fact-
with someone that says air
in fact-
doesn't exist.
Well, in fact,
Wow,
I know
interesting.
that I'm pretty sure, and he can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that Arwijn says that the sun is a hologram.
Yeah.
That's physical. You think holograms are not physical?
Someone said that the sun in the south was Satan. Dean Odell, I believe.
Is Satan physical?
You don't think Satan is physical?
I don't think that Satan generally manifests in physical form. No, do you?
Is Satan a creature or not?
Well, what do you mean by a creature?
I mean, not the creator.
I think yes, not the
A
creator.
created being. Is Satan a creature, a created being, or not?
Created being, yes.
Okay, are created beings physical or not?
Not necessarily. No. They can be
okay. Oh, they can be spiritual. Is that the case? Is it the case that someone can see a spiritual being?
Moses sees God in the Bible, so yeah.
I'm just asking.
There's no evidence of people actually seeing a spiritual being.
Is that correct? Can I get Gio to confirm that for me, please?
I don't think he's here.
Okay, can I get anyone that does ayahuasca to confirm that for me, please?
No,
those are hallucinations. Those are not real.
No reliable evidence.
They're hallucinations. They're not real. So neurons in your brains firing is not real?
No, the image that they give you, the visuals that they give you, they don't correspond to reality.
Okay, so we are in base reality is your claim, correct?
I never said anything like that.
Obviously, because you're comparing and saying that there's something outside of base reality, right?
No.
Okay, so are you in base reality or not?
Until he can drag somebody into one of his scripts. Torah, tell us the script you want to do, and then we'll just do that one.
You're not with me. You're not going to win with this silly game.
Do you guys have an argument that you'd like to put on the table or something? I'm not doing any script. I'm just destroying everything you say every single time. It's in my body.
You're completely failing every single time, but okay.
Is that in your imagination or in physical reality, Torah?
I'm casting down imaginations and holding them captive.
The argument is the sun. ICSpin was presenting the sun as physical. So if you don't want to, dispute that, then maybe step back.
Okay. Does anyone in this room dispute that the sun is physical? So we can move on to the next topic.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. If are holograms physical or not?
You'd have to elaborate on that question.
Are holograms physical or not? Do they exist in reality or not?
As a concept, they are physical, but the perception of what you get to see, what is often declared the hologram, that is not physical.
Okay, is it possible to have a hologram without a source?
No.
Okay, therefore, the hologram is coming from something physical, even though you want to call the hologram itself not physical, which I'm fine with if you want to claim light is not physical.
Well, there's certainly physical energy involved somehow that is feeding into it.
So it's semantical. So there is a case where you could claim that the sun is physical. Is that right?
Not what we see, no.
There's no way you would ever claim the sun is physical. Never. There's no sense in the sense, like, say, if it is a hologram and it comes from a source, would you claim that source is physical?
It's speculation.
Well, it would naturally seem very likely to be, but I have no idea where it is or what it is, or it's even like within the realm. So
does that make it not physical? You don't know.
How about the shadow? What about the shadow from a tree, from the sun in a tree? The shadow, is the shadow physical?
We took a dumb decision and a discussion and made it dumber.
I think a shadow is physical. I see them all the time. Can someone define physical for me?
Why don't you define it? Torah, you should define it for us.
I'm good on defining terms. I'll work with whatever definition you'd like to make.
Okay, And likewise here, so we'll use your definition. Go ahead.
Okay. What is physical? Everything.
Information's not physical.
Everything in reality, everything across the universe, everything, maybe if you believe there's an outside universe, all of it's physical. How's that sound? Are you guys okay with that?
Nope.
My imagination. If I
Is
got
that
me
your
an
actual-
imagine,
Oh, the
if I got
astral
me
realm is
an
not
imaginary friend, is that physical?
What the fuck was that?
Sound like Pawpaw.
Supernatural's not physical.
Give us
It's
your
imaginary friend.
Do you think that things that are metaphysical are physical or not?
I could go with.
Just give us your actual definition.
Yeah,
Like, we don't have to do the
everything.
dumb games.
Everything
what
is
you think it is.
physical.
Okay,
Our
so
consciousness is not physical
How do you know that?
because you can't pinpoint it.
Okay, what's the source of your consciousness?
God.
So God is physical. God is physical.
In what sense? Can you
The one that you
define
just said.
physical?
You
Oh,
just
because
defined
everything.
physical.
Okay,
You
yeah.
just
So
defined
everything is physical, right? So God is physical. So
just
you guys
defined that.
all agree God exists and is physical?
God is not
I
physical.
asked you the question. Torah, I asked you the question.
Okay, do you agree that things that are metaphysical are called metaphysical because they have an aspect of physicality? That's why we call them metaphysical?
When somebody asks you a question and then you turn around and pretend like the question you just got asked is your question and then ask it back to the room, that's kind of weird.
Okay, do you want to respond to my point? Do you agree that things that are metaphysical have an aspect of physicality, hence why we call them metaphysical?
As soon as you answer my question, I'll answer yours. My question was, is God, because you gave your definition of physical and I asked if God was physical.
Obviously, if I said everything is physical.
Okay, so you think God is physical.
Well, okay, and now you'll answer my question, right? Do you agree that anything that is considered metaphysical has a physicality of a sense, considering that we do call it metaphysical?
Oh, really? Is a dream physical?
Yeah. Do you not experience dreams?
In some
That's
obscure
same question.
like we could manufacture some sense in which we could argue that it's physical. I've written down though, Torah thinks God is physical being, or Torah thinks God is physical.
Write the date down.
I have a relationship.
God is physical.
What, you think you have a relationship?
July 31st, 2026. Okay. All right. Let's
Okay.
continue.
Remember, you should also write, he defined physical as everything.
Torah thinks physical, everything is physical.
No, I defined it as that. You asked me to give you a definition.
Can you even think of something that's not physical?
Do you have something not physical?
Torah thinks everything is physical. Torah thinks God is physical.
Are you guys claiming there is stuff that is not
He didn't say
physical?
that. You guys are getting lost in the source. He just asked you to define physical. He defined physical. He's not saying that he thinks everything's physical. That's what you think.
Oh, so he defined it. He defined it using something he doesn't believe. That's very interesting. That's a very bad thing.
PFinky, do you think there is anything that is non-physical? Present your evidence for something that is non-physical, please.
First, I'm going to define physical as things I don't like. So yes, there are things that aren't physical. See how dumb this conversation is?
I'm just asking, dude, you guys are making a distinction. You're making, dude, shut up. You're making a distinction. Dude, shut up. Dude, you're making a distinction. Dude, shut up. You're making a distinction. You're making a distinction saying you're attributing physicality to something as if there is some stuff that is non-physical. So that's what's implied in
like
your
a lucid
statement.
dream, like
So can I
information,
please
like
hear
God.
about something that is non-physical from your worldview, PFinky?
Yes, listen again. In my world, I'm going to define physical as things I don't like. Yes, and then you ask me the question: can I think of something that's not physical? Yes, liver and onions is not physical.
Well, physical is things you don't like.
Correct. That's how I defined it.
So liver and onions so you like liver and onions?
Incorrect. Things that
obviously you said things that are physical are things that you don't like, and then you claimed liver and onions is non-physical. If you don't,
I did that.
Oh yeah, double negative tripped you up, brother, because you can't work in hypotheticals. Your logic is failing you, sir.
No, I could do it fine. Okay, so
Liver
and onions are physical. Liver and onions are physical. You want me to think of something not physical? Okay. My wife is not physical.
Your wife is not physical? Dude, okay. Check it out, dude. The point that I'm trying to make is you guys make a distinction of physicality. You say this thing is physical.
Do you guys also think existence is like an attribute of things?
I don't know. Just define what an attribute of things is, and then I'll tell you. But maybe this time, just do it. Define it as what you actually think it is.
No problem. An attribute of an apple is that it's sweet.
There are apples that are acid. Though.
Do you consider thoughts physical?
He defined everything.
Guys, come on.
I need to get a definition of physical on the table here in order to answer this gentleman's question if the sun is physical. If you want to say it's what is made out of matter, then I need to know what matter is made out of.
Well, it's weird because
what I'm exposing is your metaphysics and ontology is inconsistent and arbitrary.
You're not, because you have to play silly word games to do this.
You're not. That's not an argument or a rebuttal.
this? How do you define that? How do you define defining?
That's not a rebuttal.
It's the silliest game ever.
Not a rebuttal, sir.
Yes, it actually is.
Okay, I gave you a definition of physical, Tori. Let's go.
You know that this game is just undone if you say I use normative language?
Okay, awesome. So in normative language, please define physical.
No, that means that I don't have to define it. That means that my definitions come straight.
He's exempt from definition, this man.
Okay, awesome. I'll just go ahead and Google it for you since you're saying you're going to use it in the colloquial sense.
Not the colloquial sense. I said the normative language sense. Which means the
physical normative language definition.
Oh my God.
Normative language means you look it up in the dictionary.
Okay, physical normative language. Oh no, hold on.
You just look up the definition in the dictionary. That's what normative language means.
Okay. So physical.
Hello, you lovely.
Relating to the body, real material things you can touch, or the science of physics. So it's bodily, pertaining to the flesh and autonomy, separate from the mind, material, existing in the real world as a tangible object rather than just an idea. Do you guys agree?
Or pertaining to physics. You don't just normative doesn't mean you just pick one.
Which
one? I have one here I like. It's having material existence, perceptible, especially through the senses and subject to the laws of nature.
Awesome. Having material existence. Go ahead.
Ghosts aren't subject to the laws of nature. So I would say
Can you present your evidence for ghosts existing?
No, but we could use normative language to look up what a ghost is and then what qualities they have, like going through walls, that kind of thing. And then we could say they're not physical.
He's right.
I don't understand, though, why you would.
We're going to argue normative language. I'm going to throw my head through a wall.
I don't understand why you consider ghosts to be something that is real. Are you saying that you have evidence for ghosts?
Shit, I'm
an experience.
Fucking stupid.
This is a really poor showing, Torah.
Okay, you guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Prep up. There's the big God debate later. Expect to see you there. Okay. Anyway, so the sun is real. Go ahead, ICSpin. Back.
I think the sun is pretty real. I think there's good reason to consider it real.
Your boy was so scared he ran away. PFinky.
Who?
Shut up!
No one.
Shut up!
Arwijn.
You're running away, sir. You're scared.
No one is scared of you.
At home.
Good job, Tor. You dunked on all of us 100
pointing at
times.
that.
We're all cowering in fear from you. You did awesome. Good job.
Watch.
That is the bombs.
But do you need a topic? Do you guys need a topic or something?
No, I was going to ask. Well, Arwijn still had things he wanted to say, and I was going to entertain him. He said physical things have an actual position. The sun does not. Do you want to elaborate on that, Arwijn, or did you already hit that point?
I guess he hit the point.
Like
a bug hitting a windshield.
I know it's late where he's at, so he might be having to be quiet too. So,
all right, here's the real question, guys. If a camera lens is a circle, then why is the picture a square?
Oh my God.
Have you ever seen the shutter?
The sensor in the back of the camera is a rectangle.
Yeah.
That's deep.
I say it's clever cropping.
New topic.
Is it clever cropping or is it the sensor's a square?
Well, the photo plate is probably a square or rectangular. But
I think the Jews make the cameras.
It's the Illuminati.
Spoken like a true Jew would.
What?
All right, I think Osco wants to debate you. Let's get Osco on Torah.
Yeah, Osco,
I'll mute him. I won't say anything.
I endorse everything Torah says.
Me too.
I know Osco's a big Torah fan. I haven't quite got there yet. Maybe someday.
You're going to have to be able to deal in hypotheticals. See, Osco knows how to deal in hypotheticals. That's why he understands my arguments. Because
we
you
don't understand
lack the IQ,
hypotheticals.
excuse me, sir, because you lack the IQ to deal in hypotheticals, which means you have under a 75 IQ, that's the problem.
Oh, that's adorable. I can entertain hypotheticals. The problem is that your arguments are just silly.
Hold
on, is that really the mark? If you can't
That's true.
If you
That's
can't
true.
entertain a hypothetical,
He can't
are
be
you sure?
serious.
It is 100% the
Well, what
case, and they don't understand. That's why they don't believe in God, because they can't entertain a hypothetical, if-then
Oh,
statement.
that's not the
This
reason.
is also why they cannot
That
do
is-
science anymore, is because they cannot entertain if-then statements.
Science and
That is number.
I
That
believe
is
in
not the
God,
reason.
and not because I can entertain hypotheticals.
Guys,
That statement is simply meant to inspire other people to get fucking lit, right? Like that.
Yeah,
His
'cause-
statement means nothing. It's stupid. We can disregard.
Yeah,
That's also a low IQ statement right there.
Oh,
There you go.
people
Thank
that
you.
can't. Hold on.
Why don't you ask
people-
me why I don't believe in God? Because I know I for sure don't believe in your God, because you believe in the God of the Bible, and the book has.
We don't have to do the Bible talk. We're not doing the Bible talk. I'll just ask you one simple
So
question.
you believe in a generic God? You
Hey,
don't believe
could you
in Yahweh?
imagine what it would be
Is
like
Jesus
if you
your
didn't
Lord
have
and
breakfast
Savior?
this morning?
Is
Could
Jesus
you have,
your Lord and
could you
Savior?
have imagined if you didn't have
Oh,
breakfast
so you
this
do
morning,
believe
sir?
in the book, right?
Hold
You
on,
can't
guys.
deal in a
This is
hypothetical.
crazy. Guys,
You
this is
can't deal
crazy
with the
audio. We
book. I
gotta
get it.
sync
It's
up.
okay.
Max,
You get destroyed every
hold on,
time.
dude. Max, please. I heard you kicking it with Gio all night last night. Like, let's try to have a better day. We gotta get a little more synced up, guys.
No, because
maybe calm it down a little bit.
this guy thinks that he's stomping on everyone and just dishing it out back to him.
I know. Let's all relax.
That's what you
That
said.
level of energy of what he does.
That's what you say.
Let's all take it down like 3 notches at least.
Yeah.
3 notches.
Don't fall for Torah's rage bait. That's step number one.
That's correct.
It's not rage. So is Jesus your Lord and Savior?
Yes.
Oh, so you believe in the book, right?
I don't have to believe in a book.
Oh, where do you get your
Unwritten
Jesus if
book of the
not from
road.
the book?
Done written book of the road.
What do you mean? You believe
Where do
in
you
books?
get your Jesus if not from the book?
I want to understand. You believe in books? I want to understand that statement, sir.
Where do you get your
I
conception
definitely
of Jesus
believe
if
books
not from
exist. Do you not believe books exist, sir?
Where do you get your conception of Jesus if not from the Bible?
Church.
Where does church get their conception of Jesus if not from the Bible?
History.
How does that work? Because the current church
Where
was
do you
not
get your conception of dinosaurs?
from the bones.
It's based on the bones, exactly. And the bones of my Savior aren't in his grave. So there you go.
Because he was thrown in a common pit with the other criminals that they executed that week.
Okay, cool. What's your evidence for that claim?
Torah,
That's
what's
what
the
Romans did.
historical? What have you learned about Jesus?
Please, for the
I have
love
a
of
question for
God,
Torah.
and I mean that sincerely, stop.
This guy just stated that he knows where the bones of Jesus are. That's a positive claim. He's gonna have to present his evidence.
That's what Romans, when they executed people when Romans executed people by crucifixion, they would leave them there to rot on the cross, because that was also part of the punishment. And then when they were sufficiently rotten, they would pull them down, throw them in a common pit, put dirt over it, and forget. Jesus was a common criminal.
I'm not disagreeing with that. That could possibly be true. Do you have evidence that that was the case for Jesus?
That is what Romans regularly did. Do you have evidence that they forwent what they regularly did for this one guy that was just another common criminal?
Yeah, the history. And the Romans didn't consider
the
him a
history
common
says
criminal.
the history means the Bible, right?
No.
Oh, so you have external verification. Go for it. Start pasting links.
You could do Josephus if you'd like. Is that a good
Josephus
historian?
is later and heavily interpolated by the Christians. So
how about Luke?
Try again.
Is he a good enough historian for you?
Luke is the one making the claim, so you can't use the claim to verify the claim. That's circular.
Okay.
Try again.
Then how do you know? Okay, then how do you know that Pontius Pilate even existed?
Pontius Pilate?
Yeah, the one who sentenced Jesus to death.
Many people attest that he existed. There are Roman records.
Yeah, many people attest that Jesus was pulled off the cross before sunset. So we have the same.
Start citing.
I got you with that one.
Start citing.
You're
Start
done.
citing. Start citing. Hello?
Yeah, I'd love to see your citation for Pontius Pilate. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Bro,
It's funny that I've Torah muted, but Max is still pretty annoying, so I kind of want to mute them both.
Oh,
You just have silence.
I asked you
It's funny
one
to come in here
question
just
and
to
you
have everyone
crumble
muted
every
because
single
you
time.
guys are so stupid.
So,
all right, we'll see how long queue up
Max,
lasts.
I'm going to prove that you can't work in hypotheticals. Could you tell us what it would
you're
be
not
like
going
if
to
you
whistle
didn't
away
have
from.
breakfast this morning?
You're
We're not trying to do a
whistle
Bible
away from
discussion.
the current. Oh, yes, we are.
If you want to have a Bible discussion, give me a call. We'll talk one-on-one.
No, we're going to do it here. Why?
Nobody wants to hear it here.
Everyone was silent when we started talking, so there's
Nobody
doesn't seem
wants
to be
to
an
hear it here.
objection.
Dude, Jeremy, is it the
an
case
objection
that
for this conversation happening right now, other than you trying to weasel away from it?
I'm begging Torah to stop, please.
I'm asking the room, do you guys want to have a Bible discussion right now?
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, how long?
I
are we
mean-
going to do an 8-hour marathon, or are we going to do like 20 minutes or like a half an hour or something?
That's
No,
unknowable.
bro, you don't let this into your house, guys.
Yeah. No,
it's unknowable. The future, Jeremy.
We're just doing strict logic discussion today.
We're gonna do gas
Okay,
pressure.
where did
without
that come
container.
from?
How can you have gas pressure without container?
Comes from Fred.
Like, I know
We're
that
doing
Max
strict
wants
logic.
to debate it, and if it makes Torah miserable, then that's a double yes from me. So, but everyone else can go.
Freaking go.
Does anyone want to talk about MC Toon's challenge from last night? I mean,
what did he say?
So
Quap, we got MC Toon's right hand man is in here. Quap, you share still?
I don't see Quap in
No,
here.
he's kind of like a 3-pump chump. He shows up for like 10 seconds and then leaves.
So MC Toon there's a stretch of highway somewhere in the heartland of America. I don't know freaking where. And he took the latitude of the start of it and the latitude, and it's really straight and apparently said to be really flat. So he took the lat long at the start of it and the latitude longitude at the end of it. And he measured the distance using, I think it was the odometer of his car.
Oh boy, that is convenient. That is so convenient, Omni. Hold on a second, Torah.
Why is that convenient?
Pinky. Where's Wesley? Pinky. Because these guys were saying you couldn't measure the difference between the error margin is too big to measure the difference between flat Earth and globe Earth.
Well, no. Hold on. Hold on. So this is what he did last night. So he drove the highway, okay? And then he said, so it was, something around, let's say, circa 20
Today,
kilometers.
Junior.
And he said, okay, now, here's the challenge. You have a hypothesis about how the Earth works. Use that to make a hypothesis that given these two latitudes and longitude points, what would the distance between them that the car drives be? Given that it's a pretty flat stretch of road,
but Omni, is latitude
flat?
Omni, dude, is latitude and longitude derived off 1 degree per 60?
I can see Torah lighting up, but anyway, that was his question.
I've heard of that road. Isn't it in the Dakotas somewhere, I think?
Not 100% sure, but he went down there and drove it.
How long was it?
It's my understanding, or he used some other ways, some other, not latitude and longitude method to measure the distance.
How long was it?
Are you talking about Toon, or are we talking about the bear
Toon.
test?
Talk about Toon.
Because the other guy rode a bicycle north-south and took signs.
How long was it?
Well,
what are you guys talking
That
about?
was the question. That's the question. How long is it?
Or why are you so
how
triggered?
long was it?
Dude,
That's
why are
the
you so
question. How
triggered?
long
Just
is it?
talk like a normal person.
How long was it?
That's the question. How long is it?
Yeah, that's the question. The challenge.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know where it is. He hasn't even given me a latitude, longitude, nothing. He has given us
the
nothing.
latitude and longitudes were posted, and he's asking for our estimates of what is the distance based on the latitude and longitudes in
where
your
is that?
math.
Where is it? Where's it posted?
I'll repost it. It was posted last night several times. Stand by.
Or a Discord has a search function too. You can you could use that sometimes if it's not.
Pinky, use the odometer. Pinky, we're in trouble. You're in trouble on this one.
No, but is this like every time somebody uses an odometer?
Yeah,
now,
you're
gonna
done.
Say my
You're
name.
done.
Why are we done if using an odometer?
If anyone says odometer, I'm saying Pinky's name.
Okay, I just reposted.
Wait, let me defend myself real quick. So,
I just reposted the coordinates, and the question that the Mattoon had was What is the distance based on flat Earth math of those subtended by those two coordinates?
In what do you want? In distance in what? Like miles, inches, feet? How do you want it?
No, that's at your choice. That's at your choice. Just use, some recognized unit. Whatever you want.
Okay, well, what is the standard for a mile? Is it off of 1 degree per 60, or is it not?
No, that's at your option. Do it your way. Do it your way.
That's the only way to do it. Is 1 degree
Yes,
per
I
60.
want you to do it
If
your
the
way.
mile, if 5,280 feet is derived off of 1 degree per 60, what do you want me to do it in? Paper towels? You want me to do it in bounty towels, bro?
You guess.
Statute mile is not derived from that.
It is not. But what you should do.
It's 10,000 paper towels.
Okay.
Your footsteps in the Roman soldiers.
If a paper towel was a recognized unit, go ahead.
Okay, it's 10,000 of them.
Anybody familiar with smoots? I want it in smoots, please.
So
okay, use SI units. Let's just go with SI units. How about that?
This is Torah not understanding the challenge. So you're given two different lat longs. Now, it turns out that what shape you think the Earth is determines what the distance measured between those would be.
Yeah, because that's how distances were derived. Were off the celestial sphere. If that's not the case, not the case, where is the magic standard ruler? So if I have a yardstick and you have a yardstick, and those don't match up,
I'm going to explain why.
How do we know which one is correct?
And then I'll explain why you're wrong.
They got it from the stadium and the Roman soldiers in their footsteps.
Are we having
What the fuck is that?
Is space supply actually valuable here? Okay. So the reason why you're wrong, Torah, is this. Those two grid points are just coordinate points. They don't actually determine what the distance between them is. That is determined by the odometer, by actually measuring the distance between them with some tool, in this case, the car.
Dave McKeegan disagrees.
The fact
Dave
is,
McKeegan
it is
said
quite
if you measure with your odometer, that's not a linear
actual
measurement.
measured distance to be evidence for a flat Earth, a globe Earth, or like a donut-shaped Earth, or a concave Earth. There's lots of different things it could wind up being. So
okay, then tell us how you derived 1 mile. Tell us how you derived 1 mile, so we know that is the case.
The 1 mile was just defined as the distance between two steeples.
As two what? Two steeples?
Yeah. Back in England, yes, they decided this is going to be 1 mile, and they divided it by the length of the king's foot.
Okay, and how many king's foot is it?
5,280.
It's defined in SI units, though.
It's a linear unit. It's a linear unit. Yes, we know what a foot is.
It's a linear unit.
We know what a foot is. We know what a foot is. We know what a mile is. So
dude,
use them.
I need a citation that the mile came from the king's foot.
Coy, you know what a foot is. You know what a mile is. Just shut up.
Guys, we gotta calm this down, and we're not in sync at all.
Yeah.
We gotta have one guy going at a time, like the thing Page's doing to me right now. Like, we just can't do that, guys. We gotta let everyone finish, and then someone go. Like, please.
Yeah, but you got the guy out here just making stupid comments, and everybody knows he's making. He knows he's making stupid comments.
Is the length?
Hold on. Let me
is the
say
length
something.
of a mile?
Let me say something.
Is the length of a mile
to
still up for
everybody in
debate?
the room? Shoebill,
He
shush.
has no respect for you. He said your heart pumps Kool-Aid.
Okay, just remember, everybody, don't fall for Torah's rage bait. It's just a character he plays to try to get you to come at him, and then he can like try his little plot. So don't fall for it.
Dude, this is my Jeremy. This is my question. Have you ever seen two tape measures and they're not exactly identical?
Yes.
Okay, so now I want to know how we know which of those tape measures is correct.
You calibrate them.
Whatever one I have.
Okay, it's the one you have. So a contractor knows to use the same tape measure to measure the wall and then measure the board he's going to cut because of this problem. So what you guys are saying is there is a standard in the world somewhere that I can go and check my tape measure against, correct?
Yes.
Wait a minute. So if I order a board of a certain length, you're saying that nobody else can do it unless we have the same tape measure?
That within a margin of error, like how,
Right,
what is this distance? So within a margin of error, what distance do you want? Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
The
That's my
margin of
question.
errors in odometers. We can talk about margin of errors in odometers for sure.
Yeah, we have there are people out there who like make bridges and stuff who order steel cut to a precise length with holes at precise places, and when it comes back and made at a different factory a couple states away and trucked to the site, guess what? It's the right length and the holes are in the right spot because they measured it and calibrated.
Okay, yeah, but exactly, but there's a margin of error to that because cold and hot expands and contracts metals and stuff. So there's got to be a margin of error to that.
Correct, very good, but they still measure the same length.
The question is, if you're trying to figure out what you think the measured distance would be between those two grid points that your odometer would actually measure, how would you go about figuring that out? Assuming you're not just assuming that the globe is correct, right? You don't want to do that.
I would assume the celestial sphere.
What would you do instead to figure out the distance?
Yeah, I would assume a celestial sphere and work off 1 degree per 60. That's how I would do it. That has nothing to do with the ground at all.
That has nothing to do with the statute mile.
I don't think he's answering the question.
No, he's.
I am answering the question. I said I would use 1 degree per 60.
Which isn't the statute mile, so you'd be off. You'd be wrong already.
I can transfer nautical miles to statute miles. It's a direct ratio.
Oh, instead of just measuring it with, it's okay.
So anyway,
we don't need to measure it. We don't have to measure it physically.
No, we don't have to measure it, right? Because we don't have to measure stuff. We just, we just calculate. We just,
I want to get in, but I want to get in after Torah. I think Torah is smart enough to engage with the question. Okay,
I am engaging with it.
No, you're not.
I told you I would use 1 degree per 69 if you want. That's what I would use. That
Very good.
Anything about the ground.
Do it. And shut up.
Yeah, very good. Now do that between those 2 points.
If you use 1 degree per 69 miles of Polaris, you could get fucked up if you because Polaris is moving. Like you could actually get some real weird results depending on when you took the measurements.
Yeah, so the measurement is just driving the car. That's all it is. The measurement is just driving the car.
And here's the other problem.
Did he have stock tires on the car?
There's
the other
major
problem.
issues with driving a car.
Okay, I was talking.
Why is there a major issue with driving the car?
Talked me for a while,
Omni don't respect you either, Paige.
I know.
Were the tires stock Omnivore?
By the way, the problem that Omni hasn't figured out yet using, Polaris to measure this distance is basically east-west. So it's not going to help you any.
Okay, awesome. Do you guys, was the car, was there, what did you calibrate the car to know that when it traveled 5,280 feet?
For this
makes
sense.
In this example, just assume that the odometer is going to be plus or minus 1%.
Right. Yeah, don't worry about, the question is, how close do you think you can get using a hypothesis about how the world works?
Yeah, but then that just goes to Jeremy's point that, if you why is
state that you think the measurement is...
I don't know, we got it, guys, come on.
Well, he keeps on taking pauses, dude.
I mean, I thought Torah started there, and then I don't know.
No, go ahead. I'll let him go. Go ahead.
Okay, well then you have to go back to Jeremy's point that there's no difference in the distance between if it's flat or curved at 8 inches per mile squared over that distance. There's no difference.
I mean, you guys just have one distance. This is just one distance.
One distance. Whatever the odometer says. What do you think the odometer will say?
It'll say whatever the distance is between those 2 points. What do you mean?
Well, and how would you estimate the distance between those 2 points?
How do you verify the distance between those 2 points without the celestial sphere?
Wait, what?
Well, there you
How
go.
would you verify the distance of those 2 points? What are you measuring those 2 points against to make sure that the odometer of the car has the same measurement?
Maybe Omni should take another whack at explaining Toon's challenge. I think you could have done a better job. Want to give another shot?
Step 1, do we all agree that when you're at latitude, longitude A, that is that point on the ground, wherever it is, and latitude, longitude B is this other point on the ground? I don't think that's in contention.
We typically agree. We have 2 points on the ground.
Yes. Okay.
Derive from the sky, right? Derive from the sky, right?
Then you get in a car, you drive from one point to the other, and then you see how far it is. That's
you agree that
there's major issues.
There's no major issues.
Major issues with this odometer thing.
Why?
And the mechanics of how you're moving the car also, because if you wanted to have a straight line path from A to B, what you need to do is not go up and down at all and not go left or right at all, right?
I got you. So the road is said by flat earthers to be straight and flat. So as far as we know, according to the testimony of flat earthers, this road is a good candidate for being straight and flat. Now,
I mean, this road's
I've
level.
only heard Toon say that.
This road's level the whole way, you're saying? This whole stretch of road we're about to
that's
drive
what
on?
the flat earthers contend, apparently. I have not been there. But
I
there's
don't
a
know.
reason.
Who is this road level or not? I mean, we could just you could go to Google Earth and get elevation profile. No?
Go ahead. By all means, take a
It's
look.
definitely
I
not
have
straight. And
not.
it's definitely not level.
It's probably curving more than 8 inches per mile squared, actually.
And there's another problem. There's another problem with this. If the whole thing's level the whole way, I mean, okay, that's great. If not, though, you're moving up and down. There's also another issue.
Wait, just a second. The reason why there's not another issue is because you're trying. The idea is you win $1 if you're the closest guess to the distance. So the distance is going to be a little bit off from any model, right? The exact distance of the odometer, because the odometer will have problems. The road may be up and down a little. It might not be perfectly straight, whatever. So you're not going to hit it exactly. So the question is, what set of assumptions do you make to try to get as close as you can?
Okay, I got you. It's a celestial sphere. That's the first assumption we're going to take, is that all of the stars are at an equidistant amount from the observer. We're just going to assume that, even though we know that is not to be true. We can physically model that on a flat Earth if we'd like to. Okay, that all the stars show up like that. So that would be the assumption we're going to go with. Is that acceptable?
Well, you can model it not without distortion, though.
No, it can be physically modeled.
Yeah, I mean,
not without distortion.
No,
not without distortion.
Not the stars in the south.
Yeah, all of it can be physically modeled
with distortion.
Nope.
With distortion, it can. I agree with Tori. It can be when you start to actually put hard distances between that whatever the celestial sphere. That's where you start running into problems.
No, it isn't, because the celestial sphere is within your apparent position. So where you are, right, you're at the center of the celestial sphere. And that's why the sky acts like a kaleidoscope. You can prove it because the amount of ground you can see compared to the amount of sky you can see is a crazy ratio. You have to agree, right?
When you make it personal, then you cannot model it on a flat surface. Sorry.
So I make what
the
personal?
question that I would have, hold on, Tor.
When you make the celestial sphere personal, like I have mine, you have yours. Now you can't model it on a flat sphere anymore.
You can't model it at all.
That latitude and longitude, do you agree the stars are in a different position when you get to the other latitude and longitude? So those two people have different views in their sky of the same star? It's in different positions.
Yeah, so make a model that works for both of them.
We have that.
Awesome. Show it.
It's Joe Hanvey's model, dude. What are you talking about?
Joe Hanvey's model.
So what you would do,
sometimes I think you're serious and then you say stuff like that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Joe Hanvey can physically model all of it. Sun circles. He can physically model the South Celestial Pole. He can physically model eclipses. All of it. It's been physically
Were you not
modeled.
in here when I was questioning him and he got super defensive and he said we're still working on it? And
yeah, while you guys were interrupting him the whole time.
Joe Hanvey has the northern stars with like a reflective mirror on top of the dome, which is unsupported. So he has the northern stars reflected into the south. That is not what I see.
Hebrew cosmology. That's Hebrew cosmology.
That's not what
I want to look at it.
That's not what I see. I see a totally different sky than all of you guys.
Okay, would you guys like Joe Hanvey to come in here and do a stage? Hold on, Omni. Hold on, Omni. Would you guys like Joe Hanvey to come in here and do a staged event? And would you guys promise not to do the whole grease monkey wrestling thing that you do all the time in here?
The thing you've been demonstrating to us today.
Well, I have to do it with you guys because you guys don't have respect. So I have to show you. I give you a taste of your own medicine.
Yes. I think you said, I act this way as a character specifically for a reason because I want you to tell me what I'm doing is wrong so that I can ask you by what standard. That's what you said.
Exactly,
that's
because this is what you
adorable.
do, dude. This is what you do. You guys sit in here and I'm like, yo, we got to try and fix this car. And you're like taking your shirt off and putting baby oil on, getting ready to wrestle someone. I'm like, dude, let's just fix
Why
the
are you
car.
bringing your own homoerotic fantasies into this?
Dude, I don't know why this guy has his shirt off with baby oil everywhere. We're just trying to fix the car.
I have a
Why
question.
it's Hawaiian tropic.
I want to
It's
get
Hawaiian
in. I
tropic.
want to get
I'm
in
getting
when I
that sick
can.
man.
I want to get in. Can I get in? So, has Torah? I've been away from my headset. Has Torah engaged with the idea of making a prediction about a measured distance? Pinky.
Yes, I have. And I said it can be physically modeled.
And then appeal to Joe Hanvey, which...
Okay, so that would be great. So would he cite a measured distance based on Joe Hanvey's nonsense?
Yes, we would. And why did you call it nonsense?
That's
Do you
not
agree
Torah.
that's
I'm asking
poisoning?
somebody else.
Excuse me.
explained
Do you
to you
agree
why
that's
nonsense.
poisoning the well when
I'm
you
asking
said
somebody
nonsense?
else right now. Okay.
I explained to you why
I'm
Joe
asking
Hanvey's
somebody
model is
else right
nonsense.
now. Okay.
So Max.
Yes.
This is you. Did he engage with the idea of coming up with a number for those two?
No, he just plays
Torah
his
is
little
here.
game.
You don't need to ask Max to speak for him.
I do.
I can come up with the number, no problem. All I would take,
to please stop it. He won't stop it.
Just let him come up with the number. Let him come up with the number, Omni.
Dude, all we would do is take that 105.436,808 and minus it from 105,214,009 and divide that by 60 and then convert it to statute miles.
Okay, so let's do that. I'll help you do it right now. Let me get the math. You have two numbers you got to deal with though.
They're on the same latitude. You guys
They aren't.
You guys said it's an east to west distance.
The numbers are right there.
Okay, yeah, you can just go ahead and minus those two numbers and get it by the celestial sphere.
Well, I have four. There's four numbers. So what do I?
The two coordinates.
So you want me to subtract the 50 from the 50.39 from the other one, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Walk us through how to do it.
Dude, I did already. I walked you through it.
Oh, what answer did you get?
I don't have the answer. I don't do math in my head with that many decimals. Are you kidding me?
No, I don't either. I'll plug it in here. 50. Okay, so I'm subtracting the latitudes from each other.
Correct. You're going to have to make a triangle.
Okay.
You're going to have to make a right angle triangle for this.
Okay, so the difference in latitude is 0.000083. So what do I do with that? I make a triangle with that?
No, divide that by 60.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. 1 degree per 60 nautical miles, right? That's what you guys claim, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to give your
nautical miles? That's the old definition of a nautical mile, but okay.
Well, I'm trying to do it with you, PFinky, in good faith. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so I divided by 60, and I have negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, and then 138.
Okay, can we just round that off to 0?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So 0.
Whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do.
Okay. No.
Okay, now you want me to do the other number, the longitude? Yeah?
Yeah. Go ahead. I think you could actually just type these two coordinates into Google Earth, and it'll tell you the distance between. It'll do all the math for you.
Already done it.
Yeah, I mean, but that'll be Haversine.
Yeah, we have to use Haversine. Yeah, of course.
You have to use a globe. Thank you.
Yes, a celestial sphere. I agree.
Wow, no.
with that.
Haversine is not the celestial sphere. Haversine is over the ground.
It's over the ground. How did you verify that?
How did we verify that? Ooh.
Yeah, what did you compare the ground to in order to verify the distance?
Oh, you're such a po.
Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to put a tape measure next to it? What are you doing to make sure that distance is accurate?
Well, the Haversine formula would describe a tape measure. A tape measure would be basically the Haversine. Yeah.
Okay, so for the longitude, I got
PFinky. I'm not exactly sure when you give me two coordinates how to calculate the exact distance because we have tools like calculators that do all that for us. I didn't go to college for that stuff or any of it.
I know.
But I'm out of my depth when it comes to that conversation specifically.
It shows.
I'm a professional HVAC guy. If you'd like to talk about freon pressures or something like that, I can show you. You'd be out of your depth. So I just want you to.
I do have an HVAC question for you.
We're not talking about HVAC then, huh?
No, I'm not trying to go there. I'm just stating If we have calculators for that, why do you think those distances would be off? Lives depend on it. Don't you agree?
The only reason I'm doing this with you is because you said you could do it. So
yeah, I can. I can do it. If I learned all the formulas and did it, I can do it. I can also run a 7-minute mile if I, like practice every day. I can do those things.
Okay,
is that not correct? Is that not how you are? Is that how you're using the word "can" or not?
It's not. Like if I'm like I can bench 500 pounds, I would never say that. That's a weird thing to, because somebody would be like, oh, you can? You don't look like you can bench 500 pounds. And I'd be like, I can, yes, for sure.
Well, is it wrong if you said like, yeah, if I train and take steroids and do all this stuff, then I can? Is that wrong?
You could.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong to say I can bench 500 pounds if you can't bench 500 pounds. That's just, I'm using kind of that normative, normal English of how we speak
yeah, no problem. I can do it right now for you, but I'd have to use a calculator.
I'm just confused though. Distance over time with various different vehicles, they all comport to the distances predicted by Haversine. I don't know why we're talking about a tape measure.
Well, what is that compared to though? How do you know? Like what are you referencing that distance to verify that distance is correct?
Yeah, the speed over time. Yeah,
okay,
speed over time. It could be an odometer in a car, but for like an aircraft or a boat, it would be speed over time.
Okay, and is
especially
that
with a boat, because a boat has such a narrow speed that it operates on.
Okay, speed over time on a boat doesn't really work because of current. But on the car, I'll grant it to you. Is that a linear measurement?
Is that a what measurement?
A linear one.
It's not linear. It's just a measure of how many times the wheels turned, right?
It's a linear measurement. It's a linear measurement.
I have a question for Torah though. Hold on.
Okay.
So Torah, you said we use Haversine because, and you're saying it's not on the surface, because we're doing Haversine on the celestial sphere, I assume. Is that your take?
That's correct. So what I would say is that we have to use the celestial sphere as the standard to compare our distances to, because I know that all distances are derived off of the celestial sphere, even 1 mile.
Thank you. Okay. So after we do Haversine, to get the distance traveled on the celestial sphere, how do we convert that to a flat ground distance?
Do you agree that all the points in the sky, what we did was we froze everything in the sky, like we imagined it all to freeze, and then we applied the 90-degree zeniths of all the stars to the points on the ground?
No.
I mean,
okay.
I don't know. Why did you ask that question?
Because that's what I'm stating, that what we did was we took a measurement to a star right above us at that point. Now, I don't know what the radius of the circle is that everyone can say, hey, the North Star is 90 degrees over my head right now. I don't know how far away we can be from each other or anything, right?
Well,
you guys don't answer that.
No, we do. If you're saying
okay, when the sun is directly overhead.
No, Torah, I was in the middle of talking. I've been pretty good. If you're saying that we can track distances on the celestial sphere using Haversine does have a radius in it. It's 3,959 miles. And it works, by your own admission, that Haversine works.
But my question is derived off of 1 degree per 60.
But my point is that's on the celestial sphere. We don't drive our car on the celestial sphere. We drive it on the ground. So we'd have to convert that curved distance into a flat distance. So how do we do that? Is it not reasonable to expect that we would have to do that?
Well, over that distance, I don't think so. What would be the difference?
I don't know. But you think on a longer distance, we would have to?
I think so. Possibly.
Certainly, if we're going to go we're going to do a plane flight a quarter of the way around the world, we would have to convert it to flat, right?
Well, I think that's a little different of a scenario, because like when you're in a boat or when you're in air currents, you're dealing with different speeds. Like your speed over distance is a little different. Wouldn't you agree? Than if you just drove a car.
Speed. I'm talking just about distance.
How did you get there?
Talk distance.
How did you get there?
I flew a plane.
At what speed?
10 miles an hour. It's a slow plane.
Okay. At 10 miles an hour, you flew the plane. Is that a ground speed?
Yes, that's a ground speed.
Okay, cool. How did you verify that the airplane was going 10 miles an hour?
Ground speed?
Yeah.
GPS. I use GPS.
Okay, awesome. So is that based off of the same celestial sphere with a 3959 mile radius?
Here's the thing. It is, yes. But you already conceded that Haversine is correct.
I'm fine with that. Right? Yeah, I think we have the map. I think the globe is the map.
Okay, so if that's correct, how can it be the case that we have correct distances if you assume you're traveling along a dome, when in reality we're driving across the ground, which you say is flat or flying above a ground.
Well, no. The error margin that your odometer gives you, you can't make that determination. First of all those distances are based on.
I did.
Hold on, excuse me, sir, please. Okay, we've been doing good. All right. All those distances are based on a perfect sphere, a perfect one. They are not based on your oblate spheroid or geoid model. They're based on the celestial sphere, which is a conceptual idea of a perfect sphere. So that's why when you do the odometer thing, you get a margin of error. Do you agree there's a margin of error? There's a difference, like you guys said, it doesn't match exactly any model.
Avoiding the question, Your Honor.
Yeah, the margin of error is not because they're using some perfect celestial sphere, dude. That's not where the margin of error of your odometer comes from. That's ridiculous.
I'm not saying the margin of error comes only from that. It could also be not stock tires. There's many things that are included in that, but you have to agree that the celestial sphere is a perfect sphere, and if you do not, you're going to have to show a latitude line that is corresponds one in the north and the south that are different in length.
Okay, I'm going to ask the question
who
again.
Who cares about the celestial sphere? We get from point A to B using a metric, and that metric is not of a flat surface, dude. I'm sorry.
Doesn't care, Pinky.
It's 1 degree per 60. What are you talking about?
Let me try asking the question one more
Pinky,
time.
you're done, bro. I'm just going to go ahead.
No. All right. You said, Haversine, if we imagine a sphere and then we track a distance around the sphere using latitude and longitude, that gives us correct distances. And you're saying that sphere is the celestial sphere. So I'm picturing, right? We can all picture in our head that we draw an arc across the celestial sphere. We can all agree that that arc length is going to be different than the ground track for that same arc. So why are we not converting Haversine into some flat distance?
Because you're conceptualizing the celestial sphere around the globe, when in reality, the celestial sphere is around you.
He's just dodging. I'm imagining it around a flat plane.
No, you don't have to imagine it around a flat plane or anything. What I'm asking you is when you imagine the conceptual sphere, what you're talking about, can you draw it for me or something?
Yeah, imagine a flat plate. And then over the top of the plate, there's a hemisphere dome. And then when we do, and just say for radius of 3959, when we do Haversine, that will trace an arc across that dome. Have you ever shined
a flashlight through a dome into that scenario to see what actually happens with lights when you do that?
No, I can't.
And then put a camera inside that dome.
Depends on what kind of dome.
Yeah, it's each observer has the apparent effect of those stars in their vicinity. Do you agree that you see a much larger amount of the sky than you see of the ground? Excuse me, sir. Do you agree that you see a much larger amount of the sky than you see of the ground?
Okay, hold on. So let's go back a second. Let's imagine we have a dome.
No,
right?
I'm not going back until you answer my question, sir. Just answer the question.
I'm not going back
to you. I did.
No, you didn't.
I did. Yes, I did. I asked you.
You didn't.
I asked you a question.
You answered my question by asking me a question.
Yeah, I answered your question and then asked you a question.
I'm going to answer your question by asking you another question.
Okay, go ahead.
Right? Okay.
No, that's not what I did. I answered your question first and then asked you a question.
No, you did not answer my question.
The celestial sphere, you're saying because it's above you. No, dude. I understand your question. Okay, I'm going to explain it and steelman your position. Okay. I'm going to steelman your position, PFinky. Relax, dude.
Listen, you claimed you answered my question.
If you're not going to let me steelman it, then I'm going to, dude.
I'm not going to let you. It's my turn.
Why? You're saying the dome on top of the plate obviously has a larger distance than the plate underneath the dome, right?
It's my turn to talk because you answered my question, then you asked me another question, and now you want to go again a third time.
Do you want to ask your question? Go ahead already.
I'm a gentleman.
Dude, go already.
No, you go.
Okay, I will steelman your point. You're claiming because if you put a dome over a plate and then you put a star on that dome and another star on that dome and that distance is over a curved surface, And then if you try to smash that down to the plate, those distances are going to be different. It's going to be longer on the dome than it is on the plate. Is that a steel man of your position?
Correct. That's a steel man of my
Okay,
position.
cool. Can I explain that that's not how the sky works?
It doesn't matter.
That's not how it works. That's not how the physical model works.
That's how Haversine works.
I understand that, but it does not work like that. It takes the observer as the central point. Okay, when you gave me, yes, it does.
Get him, Torah. Get him.
All right, go ahead, Torah.
Dude,
you said that. Go ahead.
Dude, it takes the observer as the central point. That's how it works, okay? So if I have two observers in that dome and I just have all of the stars on the dome without accounting for each of those observers' perspective, you have nothing.
Okay, so you have nothing, and yet
no, it doesn't. Hold on.
No, we do have it.
Haversine does not work from a parent location. It does not put there's no observer in Haversine. It just converts angles, latitude and longitude angles, and it converts them into a distance across the surface of a sphere.
How'd you get those angles?
Boom, another one.
The latitude and longitude are the angles.
Awesome. And and that came from an observer, right?
No.
Okay, where'd it come from?
It doesn't come from an observer. When you're calculating distance for Haversine, like if you go look up a calculator like you were talking about, nothing in there is going to say, where are you right now observing this from so that I can do Haversine? All it's going to ask for,
you have to put in the coordinates.
It's going to ask for what's your start location, what's your end location.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and someone had to observe the sky from the start location and the end location to put those points on the ground.
I think, yeah, I'm done. That was good.
Okay, so
you are done.
I have that
was an absolute butchering of Haversine. Torah has no clue how it works.
So
I know how
I guess I have
Haversine
a
works.
question: does anybody else understand how it works?
Yeah.
Well, any flat earther.
We can physically model all that. I don't know what you guys are so upset about, but it is obvious that the observer is in the center.
It's that Torah. Is that whatever's going on with you? It does not seem to appear to be in good faith.
Well, what I'm saying, Omni, just take me in good faith real quick. When the sun is directly over your head, right, where you are, and I'm all the way in Florida, is the sun directly over my head too?
No.
Okay, awesome. So with that being said, do you agree that if we wanted to make a coordinate of where you see the sun and where I see the sun, we could calculate a distance from that?
I doubt it. No, I mean maybe with
some.
No, so if you know the ground position, then yes. If you,
I do.
You don't know if you.
I do know the ground position. It's where you are.
All right. Well, I'll wait. The question you're asking, I don't understand the relevance of it, but I can answer it if you want me to.
Go ahead.
Okay, so if you know the ground position and you know the angle of the sun, then yes, you can calculate the coordinate of the ground position. I don't think you can calculate where you are, no. You can get like a perimeter where you might be, or where you'd be somewhere in that perimeter, but you won't necessarily know where.
Okay, so then how do you know the distance between these two coordinates if you don't use the sky?
You use the Haversine form. So do you know what spherical trig is?
Yes, I understand you use the Haversine. Where was that derived from? Who came up with the Haversine formula and why they came up with it?
I'll wait.
Haversine came up with it.
So
yeah, for what purpose?
Torah.
It's
spherical trigonometry is used.
He's a mathematician.
Is used to measure the distance.
It's a formula
on a two-dimensional plane.
You're out of your depth, boy. You're out of your depth, Omni. You need to go get recalibrated.
Oh, the grandstanding.
I assure you.
Grandstanding fallacy.
This is what's happening.
Formula needed for the projection of the globe onto the planet.
The problem is you're putting the cart before the horse. You think Haversine came before the coordinates?
René Descartes is not part of this conversation. So
okay, did the Haversine come before or after the coordinates?
It comes from spherical trigonometry.
Did it come before or after we already made all the coordinates?
Who cares?
Probably
you're putting the cart before the horse.
Probably before.
Haversine applies to any sphere.
I bet you.
But hold on, Tor, it applies to any sphere.
Yes,
of course it does.
It's not like Haversine only works.
Oh, okay. So we didn't have coordinates. We had spherical geometry first. Is that correct?
No, we had spherical geometry before we had all. We had spherical geometry for the globe before we had all of the coordinates. Yes, because
Of course,
pretty sure.
but did we have coordinates first?
Just a second.
I didn't say
Tora,
all of the coordinates.
Okay, well,
I didn't say all of the coordinates. I said, did we have the coordinates first or the mathematics? Which one did we have first?
We had spherical trig first. I'm pretty sure.
When we decided the distance between these coordinates, did we take down measurements first of the coordinates, or did we do math first?
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm pretty sure we did math.
So we didn't even observe the sky? We didn't even observe the sky to know where you're standing? How did you do math to know what your longitude and latitude is where you're standing?
We didn't know, or at least we weren't doing longitude when we figured out latitude.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay. So how did you do you could be blind, deaf, mute, right? And just do mathematics and tell me where you are. That's your claim.
No.
Yes, it is. That's why I said you're putting the cart before the horse.
I get that. Look, I get that you're flailing, and I get that you're out of your depth. Every accusation is a confession.
That's a projection.
I am not finished. I'm not finished.
Yeah, you're projecting an ad hominem.
I'm not even finished. Can you control yourself?
Hey, do you deny that you're not done?
My brother in Christ, can you shut your yeah for 10 seconds?
Do you deny you're not done?
Okay, please put your hand on your heart.
I think if you say sir, then he'll respond better.
Do you deny that you're not done?
You're spurred.
Oh, you're done. Torah wins.
Yeah.
So it just still never boggles the mind that we have to pretend Earth is a sphere, use Haversine to calculate distances around a sphere, and then we just pretend that it's flat.
I mean, it's a total misunderstanding of the globe.
But Haversine is a formula needed to Haversine is a formula needed for the projection of the globe onto the plane.
No, you can't do that. That's what the problem is, actually.
So you need the longitude and the latitude. Those are the inputs. And then you get the output, and then you multiply that by the radius of the Earth. But how do you know the radius?
Well,
you can use any number, actually.
Wait.
You can use any number. We have...
Hold on, Torah. We picked the radius at random because it was the one that always gave us pretty close to the correct travel time. So,
Awesome. We did that too. We did that as flat earthers too. It's in Shane's conceptual. It's in Shane's conceptual model, and it's done in Lee. Excuse me, sir.
Not only that, you were given a chance to explain how you would do that, and you failed for 2 hours to explain how you even would.
I haven't even been in here. You can't even keep track of time now.
That you did.
But it's already been proven in formal logic, like an actual proof. Like there's theorems on this that prove it, formally in logic. You cannot take any kind of coordinate survey that you do on the Earth and one-to-one linear map it to a planar surface, because the Earth isn't planar. You can't do that. So when you say you have a model,
in a small location,
formal, you're going against logic, right? Like logic has already shown that you can't do that. You can look up the theorems.
Your town is a one-to-one. The maps of your town are one-to-one. Guaranteed.
It's not.
Bro.
The
Look
metric changes based on your location, genius. That's not a one-to-one.
Not in your small town, 100 square miles. No, it doesn't.
You make, dude. First of all, I live in a big city. I don't live in a small town.
Okay,
but
in your big
nonetheless,
city,
it doesn't matter.
It's a one-to-one. Go give me your city's name, and I'll show you.
I actually agree with Torah. I agree with Torah. My house, I have a map of my house. I don't have to use Haversine to figure out how far away my one room is.
You don't need to use Haversine up to many miles.
The accuracy of your measurements, though, you actually still are using a changing
That's the main point. So he agrees that in a house, like a smaller area, he doesn't need to. But he believes at some point he needs to.
Yeah, just talk over me, man. That's cool.
Yeah, like you do to everyone.
Hey, no one was talking when I started speaking. I was just saying to Pinky that even depending on the error bar and his measurements, his metric that's being used is still going to vary based on the location, even in his house, which means that the surface being mapped is not planar. It's literally a formal proof in logic.
He has a curved floor.
Yeah, dude, go ahead and give the deductive argument then. Don't just say it's a proof in logic. Give the premises
It's a
and the
theorem,
conclusion.
dude.
Go ahead and give the deductive argument. It has to be a deductive argument if it's proof.
No, proofs are called theorems in logic. This is
Okay,
a
and
theorem.
what is the
It's
deductive
literally how you
argument?
define geometry.
Give us the deductive argument then.
What do you mean by that? We're
I mean,
talking about
formulate
geometry.
the argument.
I already did
Formulate
for you.
it with
You cannot
premises and
map the surface
conclusions.
of the Earth to a planar surface in a one-to-one linear way. You have to use a changing metric, which means that the surface you're mapping is not planar. It's literally a theorem, dude. Like, why are you trying to argue against
Up to what distance? Up to what distance?
it? Doesn't matter the distance. It matters
No,
what
yes,
the
it
error
does.
bar in your measurements for the coordinates. That's the only
You
thing
think
that's
an
going to matter.
architect? You think an architect doesn't use 1-to-1 on your house?
Architects flatten the
Depending
floor
on
on purpose.
depending on how accurate they want to be, no, they would use a changing metric.
What do you mean how accurate? They have to be accurate.
Accuracy comes in a percentage, though.
Talking
Like
out
you
his
can build a
behind.
house with
I'll help you out.
95% accuracy. You don't have to
John
have
Malkovich, go home, bro.
99.9%
No.
Let me just help
accuracy
you
to
out
build a
with-
house.
Let me just help you out with the architect red herring. When you're building something, they flatten the floor so they don't need to curve anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they flatten it, right? So, yeah, I have a smaller foundation in the middle of my house than the ends. Okay, yeah, we get that.
I'm going to read something to you, Torah.
That you filthy lying
right?
degenerate
Like
bastard.
I can take
That's not what I
a
said.
kitchen table because it's planar, right? I could take a kitchen table and just make a map of that kitchen table in a one-to-one way by just using a scale factor. I just multiply the scale by how small my piece of paper is compared to the table. I can't do that to the Earth. Why can't I do that? If it was planar,
can do
I
that
would
to
be
the Earth.
able to do that. No, you
The
can't,
table's on
bro.
the Earth, retard.
Torah, you cannot do that.
You cannot do that, dude. It's literally
The table's not on the Earth.
Theorem.
The table's not
I'm
on
sorry.
the Earth.
Did Torah just call someone a retard? Colossians 3:8.
You called him a bastard. So what's the problem? Hold on a sec. You called him a bastard.
Slander and abusive language from your mouth.
You called him a bastard
Dude,
first.
this guy is literally
but I'm not beholden to
retarding
the
knowledge.
Bible. Yes.
He's going backwards in knowledge. This guy just put a table on the Earth and said you can make a 1-to-1 scale of the table that's on the Earth, but you can't make a 1-to-1 scale of the Earth. You could most certainly make a 1-to-1 scale of the Earth underneath that table.
You would have to preserve the curvature. It's something called
the
the
table,
theorem.
dummy.
So
give it a try, man. Try to make a 1-to-1
Gauss
just
has already
linear map.
mathematically proved this. It's called the theorema.
Is the table
Regium.
on the Earth or not?
Or he was in the middle. Or he was in the
Jake
middle of
got
talking.
the name
You might
of
not
it.
have heard him.
But again, another red herring. Tables
Jake.
are built flat, and
All right,
it's
hold on, Max.
it's not curved.
Let's let Jake finish. He was interrupted.
Okay, so if I measure to the center of my table and then to the ends of my table, I'm going to get a different distance.
Tori, we're not going to reward bad behavior by giving you more mic time. Go ahead, Jake. Finish what you were saying.
Well, it's under.
No, but there's no bad behavior going on. You guys are just like three people of you are all in agreement with each other, and you're all speaking at the same time, and then he's also trying to get in.
Boom. Yeah, so just don't overtalk. That's the rule.
Well, it's 1v3, but you guys should have more mic time than you guys. Don't you get that?
Great. Just don't interrupt. Go ahead, Jake.
But I have a question.
You're all going to back
question, and it's related to what Pinky said.
We're not. Here's the thing. We're going to reward people interrupting. Just let
every
Jake
time one of you talks, I talk. Every time one of you talks, I'm going to talk. That's how that works, okay?
Yes.
I can't talk to three people giving me three different points at once, then try to address all 3 points and then get interrupted by all 3 people again.
Torah, that's 100% fair. Just wait till the person's done before you interrupt them.
Okay, but
Okay,
it's
no
my
problem.
turn.
I
It's
will do
my
that.
No, it's
turn.
not. You're not being
Jake's
biblical, Torah. Don't make me quote the book to
It's
you.
a quick question. It's a quick
It's
question.
Jake's turn. You will be quiet and let Jake speak.
Nah,
Nope,
man,
now
that's
it's
not a
our
fair
turn.
deal.
Why? He got interrupted. Go ahead,
I
Go
Jake.
don't know
ahead,
why the Globers
upside
haven't
down
asked Torah for a
Australian.
map yet.
Upside down Australian. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, the
No, it's
question
not his
was
turn.
Pinky, who I think is Zanig, but that's irrelevant. He said that in his house he doesn't need to use the Haversine formula. So that is my question. If you don't need to use it in the house, at which point do you need to start invoking the Haversine formula?
I would say as soon as the my method of navigation would put me far enough off from my destination.
But surely there's a distance, like there's a square kilometer radius, right? Until you start having to account for the curvature sort of thing.
Well, what would you, if you were trying to go from point A to point B, what distance, like far from your destination, would you say is a problem? And then I'll tell you exactly how far that is on a globe.
Wait, why are you asking me the question though? I'm asking you the question.
I'll answer it. I think if I'm
He only has two Ks, dude. That's all he has.
if I'm a mile off from my destination, that's too far, and I'd want to account for it. Because if I'm in an airplane, I don't want to be like, I don't want to miss the island I'm trying to land on. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so city plumbing is not using 1-to-1. Is that correct? That's your claim?
I don't think you know what that means, dude. Can you tell us what that means when I say to make a 1-to-1 linear or planar map from one surface to another? What does that mean?
It means exactly what you said. It's 1-to-1. It's a tautology.
Yes.
What do you mean?
It
What
means
does it mean?
it means that
Is
the
longitude and
metric
latitude not 1-to-1?
constant. It means that the scale on your representation map is just multiplied by some factor, either 1,
Yeah,
2,
like 1
4,
foot
5.
to 1
Right.
inch. Yeah, I get
But
it.
you cannot do
Let him
that.
finish,
Not
Torah.
for houses, not for piping systems. You have to use a metric that changes as you change position. Now, in logic, as Jake was getting to the theorem before the name of it, that tells us something. And what it tells us is that the surface you're representing is not planar. It's a formal proof that the surface you're representing is not planar in logic.
That depends on the distance because you just agreed that the table could be represented 1-to-1. That means the ground underneath the table can be represented 1-to-1.
False. Nope, that's incorrect. Imagine the table, instead of on the ground, the table is sitting on a very small ball.
Yeah, it's meant to be just a hypothetical table, but yeah, you can work it out so that even the ground isn't flat or planar, but you can make the table planar along that ground, even if like an edge is in the air or something, right? It's just the surface of the table is planar, and you can map it with just a scale factor metric to a piece of paper or however you want to represent it. But you can't do that to the Earth. You have to do the way you make maps of the Earth is the same way you'd map a soccer ball or a tennis ball or a baseball. You have to use a metric that changes as you move along the surface of that object.
I get that when you're talking about the entirety. But when you're talking about a section of the earth, like for example, your city planning for the plumbing in your city, right? So that way all of the houses have the same exact water level in their vent pipes. That is all done on a 1-to-1 scale, and I'll give you the citation. Give me your city, and I'll show it that it happens in your hometown.
No,
But just in one of the
most
major
popular
cities like Seattle or LA, Dallas, Houston.
No problem.
But Taurus, like Civil 3D is the software used for doing these big civil engineering projects. If you just go look up and say in their documentation and say, does this software account for and deal with Earth curve? The answer is yes, it does.
It's dependent on how, like Pinky was saying before, how far off you want to be. You can use a constant metric, but as the distance accumulates, you're going to be further and further off on the real surface if you're using the representation map to get yourself along the real surface. You'll be off the farther the distance is, and there'll be a factor of how quickly that error adds up. And once the error
What's happening?
What's going on?
Yo, what's good? Is this a group meeting?
See if the things and
Things and stuff.
That's a good. Okay, here's the idea. We do.
Good night, buddy. I love you.